Welcome back to The Good Talk, our post-game recap and Q&A show where we discuss the game we just played and answer all your burning questions, both Warhammer and otherwise. We just played an amazing game between the Salamanders and the Eldari, and it was one heckins of a game. If you haven't seen it already, turn back now because we're going to spoil everything about it.
Many spoilers.
Yeah, we will just, this is basically going to be any modern day trailer where you kind of know everything, so there's no point in actually watching it. So, how you doing, Bridger?
Whew, what a game, man.
What a game,
That was,
right?
it's cool. We said this at the end of the game, but I'm going to say it again. It's really cool to see units like twin autocannon contemptors and dark reapers dominate the board.
Yeah.
They just, every time they did a thing, they wanted to, anytime they tried, they succeeded.
They got it
And
done.
they tried some pretty hard things, and they were just like, nope, doesn't matter. We're amazing.
We're just going to make it happen, no matter what. Oh, we didn't get our spells? Whatever, it's fine. Oh, we need to charge across and fight things while also shooting? Totally, no problem.
Easy peasy.
And they lived and they survived and they did stuff,
Very cool.
So, yeah, it's always fun. It's a tough balance sometimes with some of these older armies. Salamanders, not so much, but the Forge World stuff from Salamanders feels kind of older and more out of date. So it can be tough to sometimes get them into a game and get them really to be compelling. And I think we did a great job of it here.
Yeah.
This is a tough mission.
Yeah, I think if I had not taken Stranglehold, I could have put up a much better fight. I could have just completely collapsed on one flank and been fine with it.
Right.
Because I was never going to score 15 primary.
Yeah.
I don't know what I would have taken instead of Stranglehold.
Engage maybe even.
No, because I want to give up on that entire half the board. I want to concede to you half the
We
board.
could have someone all the way in the back, which I can't touch.
Yeah.
Maybe.
To get
And then I'm not rotting
2 points
either.
a turn. Yeah. I didn't want to go over the halfway point on my side though.
Right.
Because then I got to step into a rune and get shot and die.
That's true. That's true.
So I don't know what non-interactive secondary I could have taken. But
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't have many vehicles. I only had 3 characters, which is, odd for any army that includes Drakari.
You only have one Psyker, so
One
the
Psyker.
Witch wouldn't be an option.
I also have a Psyker, so I couldn't abort.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, that's a thing that we're seeing in 9th.
Hey, Brett, how you doing?
Hey, everyone.
How's it going,
I'm
Brett?
back. No, but I think it's a pattern, right?
You caught it. That was
That's
good.
the thing we're seeing more in 9th now is it's an interesting question. Should I take a Psyker because armies like Grey Knights and Thousand Sons exist and are good and Eldar are good.
And not only does it mean that you can't abhor the witch, it means they basically can abhor the witch against you.
Right.
They can say, "Oh, you got a psyker? Let's play the psychic game." And you're like, "You're totally gonna beat me at the psychic game, obviously." And they're like, "Well, I don't know. Let's find out." So it's like a liability now. That one psyker. It's interesting. I think you do need it with Marines though. Still, the invuln.
Yeah.
In this matchup wasn't essential.
It's tough to pass up though, just in general.
Like-
Psychic Fortress and Veil of Time are both still excellent powers.
Yeah.
And then I think if you give him the fancy helmet, the dragon helmet, and he gets a salamander power with +1 to cast, you can be -1 to hit from shooting with a -1 to charge.
Yeah.
From the fire shield.
Yeah, fire
or you
shield's
can
really
be +1 toughness for an entire unit.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 spells I would
There's
consider.
some good salamander ones in there.
Yeah, and you get +1 to cast those spells, but you don't get +1 to cast in general, which I think was a weird reservation. But this book's 2 years old now.
Well, so what you could do, because in this case you had your librarian, you gave him Rights of War, which was good, but you could also just lean in on Chief Librarian and get +1 to cast. So now you're you blend +2 to cast on that tree and +1 to cast with the Librarius.
Yeah.
That's pretty spicy.
It's pretty cool.
So something I've been seeing a lot too with Marine lists is the full suite of characters is frequently included. And each one of the characters, when looked at on their own, you're like, oh wow, this guy's really good. And he's only, 120, 130 points. But then you multiply that by 5.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I've got my captain, I've got my chaplain, I've got my librarian, I've got my justiciar, I've got my apothecary. You're like, I've got 700 points of characters
Entourage,
yo. Yeah. And I sort of wonder, what does a Marine list look like that's just maybe the apothecary only, and maybe just an apothecary and a chaplain.
Yeah.
And what do you do with the other 500 points you just got back?
Yeah. That's a really great question because it's tough with Marines because they are relatively elite, and you have units like aggressors or blade guard that do genuinely, like, they're all about force multipliers, and they do genuinely get that much better. So it's tough to, like, it's such a give and take, and it's really tough. I feel like if you're gonna do that, you can, but then you have to take units that maybe don't care about those buffs, like more independent squads, Vanguard vets. They're gonna go off and do their thing. You're not gonna res them anyways. So maybe like White Scars kind of style things can do well, but there's so many of these classic Marine units that really do benefit from the support. So I think people have a tough time getting away from that. You know?
Yeah, I think I would have taken like just 20 more intercessors.
Yeah.
Just like a stupid number.
And maybe like forward deploy stuff. You know, maybe
incursors,
infiltrators. I'm a big fan of those.
Especially for an army that's mostly on foot. If you're having trouble picking secondaries, things like engage get a lot easier if you've got forward deploy 2 wound bodies.
And makes your opponent's things tougher. Like we said, everyone's trying to take Rod nowadays. Unit of infiltrators in the back.
That's a really
basically
good point.
shuts off a quarter. Okay, you just need to kind of block 1/4-ish, and now they're looking at a 4-point Rod. That is not. That's nothing.
real bad.
Yeah.
So some thoughts. We don't have any Salamander, Phobos Salamander stuff currently, but that's something in general very interesting. So we talked about units that we liked. Who'd you give the MVP?
Oh, man, if the chaplain could have just gotten back up, like
I forgot that was this game. That was years ago.
Hands down the best unit in the entire army, and he just died like a chump, like instantly, and didn't get back up. And I was like, but you were the chosen one.
Yeah.
All of my hopes and dreams rested on you.
Oh my gosh.
You just died.
That would have been so scary if he lived.
Because he just goes, he gets a refill. He goes to the apothecary and injects him 3 more wounds, so he's back up to 4 wounds.
Yeah. And if I don't kill him again, then he's going to be back up to 6 wounds.
And he'll just troll around the map. Like, he could threaten your backfield.
No.
And now, not only is he alive and threatening your backfield, you just spent an entire turn trying to kill him.
Exactly. I still lose the Succubus and the Shining Spears.
Yep.
All the bad stuff that happened still happens to you.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Exactly.
Bridger loses essentially nothing.
That's the thing.
It's crazy.
It was
all hinged on a 4-up.
Oh, such a big swing.
Do you think you would have won that game? Do you think Bridger would have won?
I think it would have been very close.
Yeah.
It would have been a much different
Completely
game.
changed the game.
Completely different game. Yeah.
But
that's true.
I put, like, I went up in points in that trade, but I put like 6 command points.
Yeah.
Because he had
cost you
an extra relic and an extra warlord trait, and like, it cost me a lot, and I spent...
You were at 0.
I spent 2 to res him, and I spent 2 on transhuman. No, I didn't transhuman, but I CP rerolled. So I spent 5 CP on that one guy, and then he just flopped over.
2 CP is too much to have a 4+ res. That's unreasonable.
This feels very much like the game against John Lennon, where you were like,
this is
if this Gladys lives, I'm just gonna like put all my CP, and he's just gonna tank it all. And you tried to do that with the chaplain, and it all hinged on a 4-up.
He disappointed me.
Yeah.
At least with the Custodes, like, if I lose the Galatis, it's fine. That's not like a unique set piece in my army. I'll just throw another one out there, and I'll continue to play the game. And I can make the same gambit next turn.
Yep.
And if it goes my way next turn, I'm actually positioned well to win. Whereas this game, it was like, there were a lot of layers to me not failing it. It was like, he's actually really durable, and then he can get back up.
Yeah.
But every single layer failed. It was like in Evangelion, where they're just like, pushing through all, there's these giant steel walls, and they're just like drilling through all of them. I'm like, no!
I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's, I don't know. It would have been a very different game, but he was my MVP despite dying.
Yeah.
Because he makes the list.
He makes the list, and he shaped the game for sure.
We saw the list without him, and it's pretty pitiful. It's like, we very much hold this one objective, and the rest of the board is yours, which is not a winning game plan. But with him alive, he's so obnoxious.
Yeah.
Because he'll just swing out to the other side and keep stealing your objective every turn, and he'll just back up 1 inch, and then they'll shoot the thing that fought him. So it's a trade of I lose nothing and you lose a unit, and I'm continuing to trade with you with 1 unit, and then when you finally kill him, he gets back up and keeps doing it.
That's the great thing, is he's so scary, like, you have to deal with him.
Yeah.
And even then, it's like, will I deal with him? Will it work? You know, we took all the shooting, basically. Like, we stopped rolling once I got the 2 mortals, but like, that by itself wouldn't have killed him if I hadn't shot him.
Yep.
And then would the other wounds have gone through? It's not particularly likely, to be honest.
And you recognized that first turn. You were like, as soon as you sort of realized what Bridger was doing, you're like, I need to shift my game plan. This chaplain needs to die.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hummed and hawed about it a lot because it could have backfired, like you said.
Yeah.
But the more I sort of started to like set up for the turn, I was like, if I don't stop my saw, he can go in here. He can go in here. He can mess up these guys. Threaten my to the last on turn 1. I had to deal with them.
Let me just remind you of a couple other awesome things that your other units did this game. So the aggressors did their mortal wound thing and killed the Shining Spear.
That was also clutch.
That was super clutch.
First turn was very important in this game.
And then the Eradicators, you CP rerolled the damage die into a 6 to blow up the boat,
awesome.
and then were able to like, so
that's true.
Eradicators did real work too. Those weren't like sexy plays so much, but they like did work and allowed you to play the game.
There were big turning points. Of like, if this doesn't work, I mean, like when my opponent's taking their turn, I'm setting up in my mind. I'm like, I need this and this and this to happen while they're moving, because I'm like, okay, I need to respond to that. Here's my responses, and if that fails, I have this fallback. But it's like you can kind of go through the steps of like, I need this to happen, and if that doesn't happen, that whole plan is scrapped, and I have to go to this other plan. And like a bunch of times, they just worked. It was like, if this fails, I'm in very much trouble, and it just worked every time, and it was like, awesome, great. The rest of the army, the chaplain died, the rest of the army is like doing their job.
They did their job. No, absolutely.
What about you, Adrian?
I think definitely the MVP would have to be the Dark Reapers. They just eliminated a major threat each and every single turn. The movement on them, right? Because they have that 10-inch move, and they can get back in their Wave Serpent each time.
3 disembark plus 7
plus
moves.
7, And if I had needed to, they could have gone further, because you can do this cool thing where you get out, the Wave Serpent jumps over, and then they get out here.
Right.
And the next one you can do the same thing. So you can actually have this massive movement. I was able to kind of I was able to like lean to either side of the terrain, like left, center, left, right, or center, depending on where the target was. They always did their thing.
And I think like I think a lot of people might look at that unit and say, "Wow, you're spending what 150, 160 points on a Wave Serpent? Is that as essentially a support piece for Dark Reapers, and then another 100 plus points on a Farseer to buff them?
Yeah, it's a lot.
And the unit itself is what
300
something?
Yeah.
So this is like a massive chunk of your army.
Right.
And is it worth it? And then you have to think about like, they're basically unkillable.
Yep.
They're essentially like, you can think of them as like indirect fire, because they can hide behind terrain, and they have so much movement out of the transport that they can, get line of sight on whatever it is they need to see. And their guns are so general purpose. They're good against light infantry because they have volume of shots. They're good against heavy infantry because they have good AP and damage, and they're good against vehicles because they can have high strength. So they're like super general purpose, and they hit and wound reliably because of the psychic powers. It's just like delete stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
We've seen with like the squeak buggies how strong indirect fire in the game is right now, and they essentially fill that same role. Anyway. This is all a very long ramble way of saying that like they are the real deal. That one unit is totally worth it.
And it's also, what role are they fulfilling in your army? Like they were all of the shooting in this army basically. I had some Dark Lances, which obviously can be amazing.
They whiffed every time.
They whiffed every time because I had no rerolls, which is as expected. The Shining Spears are like targeted shooting right before they die. So like that's the whole shooting, and the rest of the list is just MSU. They don't like it's not. There's a couple things it's the same idea. Like the incubi and the couple characters can kill things, but everything else is just bodies. So it's like you have a couple killy things in melee, you have your just lots of things to score points, and then you have your shooting fire base.
And your shooting fire base,
rolls.
Just picks a thing and removes it from the table.
Yeah, exactly. It does one thing very well because that's the only thing that I have in the army that does that.
Yep.
So great game though. That was crazy.
It was a fun game.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and dive on into this massive pile of packages. By we I mean Bridger has opened I think most of them, so we won't have to struggle too much. This is of course this is Titan Watch. This is the community generated Death Watch army, which we're really excited, very grateful to have. We're gonna go ahead and open up some packages, and then we'll get to all your guys' questions.
Almost every package has a note.
Cool.
There's one that that during the game I forgot the name.
It was Green
Gangrene?
Machine? Gangrene.
Yes, Gangrene. That package has candy in it. I think it's
Sweet.
this one right here.
You want to start with that one?
We can.
We'll get to it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You're closer to the glam cam, so this should. Here you go.
Sure.
Oop.
But if you want to pass back candy, I would also appreciate that.
I was
All
like,
right.
Because there is some delightful candy. In there.
Snacks.
Hey.
Exciting snacks.
Oh.
More snacks.
It has or is handmade brown sugar.
I think has. If it just
great.
is brown sugar, that would be a little strange.
That'd be like the most honest advertising I've ever seen, probably.
Just pack the brown sugar in individual bags.
I'm into it.
Not meant for resale.
And this is a plum lollipop. Ooh, that's a
that sounds
spicy
great.
meatball.
I could go for a plum lollipop.
You could go for plum lollipop.
Yeah.
I'm deciding which one I want to try.
You want to
try
have
this.
brown sugar or
I think
plum
I'll try some
lollipop?
handmade brown sugar.
I feel like I'm
Thank you,
gonna
Gangrene. Appreciate it.
make
Yeah,
terrible
thank you.
noises.
Yeah, sorry. Let's crinkle for just a second to pop them open. It's too slippery. We have a blade.
We have scissors.
Skizzers.
Oh, there was some melting that occurred. Everything is sticky. All right, plum lollipop might
Whoops.
require.
It's everywhere. Oh, it was in a tray. Now it's everywhere.
We've got an
is
awesome
going
death
well.
watch. I don't know if there's a character. He's dual wielding.
That's
He's got a mace and a
awesome.
sword.
Yes.
He looks badass. He's ready
So
to crump.
cool. Oh, you see the hand?
I know.
The hand
gun.
icon on the side on the back.
Yeah.
So sick. That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
He looks so good.
I love it. Check that out.
My hands are
No,
sticky.
you just
I don't want to touch
use your
them.
eyeballs to touch it.
Use
Touch
your
it
eyeballs
with your
to listen to
eyes.
it.
Very
Alright, let me
cool.
put 'em
So
on the-
awesome. I love it.
Put 'em on the
Yes,
glam cam.
yes.
So you guys can see.
That's great.
All right.
Looks so good.
Okay.
Ooh,
Beautiful.
look at that guy.
Smexy. I like it. I like it. I might lower that camera again.
Yeah.
That looks awesome. I love the mace and the sword. Yeah. So
Yeah.
is this? It could be a watch captain or it could be a sergeant for a veteran squad. Oh, I can do it, Brett. Don't worry about it. Yeah, there you go. So you guys can see the hand icon on the back. So nice.
Yeah.
Very
That's
cool.
amazing.
That's
Very
great.
cool.
Great
Thank you,
job.
Gangrene. Appreciate it. Hey, it's Mel in chat. What's up? Mel's she's camping and riding horses all weekend.
All weekend.
She's in Santa Cruz right now. She got there yesterday, and the ride starts Saturday. You gotta get the best spots for the stalls. I'm serious.
Wow. Have fun, Mel.
Yeah. I guess you have internet connection in the woods.
Telephone.
Phone? Yeah, maybe phone.
Yeah, that's true. Well, it's actually, yeah, a lot of it's by the Santa Cruz campus because they own so much property.
Oh, yeah.
So that's probably what's up.
Cell coverage there, not great.
Not great.
All right. Number two.
Number
two.
two.
Just pick a
Anywhere
box.
there's
right.
like a couple dozen.
Are you working on your lollipop, or is it
No, the lollipops
gonna take surgery?
melted and are now one mega lollipop with plastic in between.
You want to read this, Bridger?
This is literally brown
Now,
sugar.
You just put that in your mouth.
It's really good though.
Oh my god, it is.
It's really good sugar. And yes, I'm biting it because there's so much sugar. That's really good though.
Bridger, why
the
are
whole
you,
thing
why
in
are
my
you
mouth.
reading it?
That's a lot. Ooh, I've always wanted bubble wrap.
We got a squad of boys here.
Who's it from?
This is from
Bridger's going to tell us here shortly.
Shark Hero.
Shark Hero, what's up?
The 8th Shark Hero, if you were curious. All right. Hey, Titans. This kill team is for the Deathwatch community project. My painting and converting skills are not at a level where I'd put them into this big of a project, so instead I put effort into making some custom successor chapters that make up some of the team. The team has Thowul,
Duel?
a no-nonsense gunner from the Minotaurs. He tolerates Varak. Tibor, an especially pious member of the Ashen Wolves who believes in deliverance of the Emperor's wrath using his Thunderhammer. The Ashen Wolves are an Imperial Fist successor that, like the Brother Chapter, the Black Templars believe in the Emperor's divinity and focuses on Xenos threats. Cadmus, a new member of the kill team from the Viridian Talons. The Viridian Talons are an Ultramarine successor chapter formed after the end of the Damocles Crusade and help patrol the Eastern Fringe. Varak, an overtly friendly Salamander gunner. He really wants to be friends with Thowul. Salmond, the veteran sergeant with a power sword from the Charging Griffins. The Charging Griffins are a fleet-based successor of the Raven Guard. Quite unlike the Ashen Wolves, they are staunch opposers of the Emperor as a god, leading to inter-team conflict with Tibor. And then it has all their loadouts listed.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, these guys,
I love it.
we've got a nice mix of shooting and melee. It's a nice looking kill team.
So we have a grenade launcher, a heavy thunderhammer, a combi bolter, an infernus heavy bolter, and a combi bolter with power sword.
Yeah. What are the rules for a heavy thunderhammer?
It's 4 damage.
Yeah. As if 3 wasn't enough.
And it's 2-handed. So it's just a bigger Thunderhammer, but it's 2-handed.
Can't take a
so you
storm
can't
shield.
have anything else.
Right.
Yeah, no storm
And
shield.
it's still -1 to hit. And everything else I think is the same. But it's 4 damage.
Sorry guys, I'm getting you guys that glam cam.
Adrian's working tirelessly
Tirelessly.
to make sure we display these models in the best quality
Yeah,
possible.
they're worth it. All right, let's take a look. Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh,
There we
look
go.
at that squad. Squad goals right here.
It's so awesome. I love this. This is obviously Deathwatch existed before Primaris, and so this really takes me back to like when they first came out, and you would have an army of like just this,
Yep.
and the frag cannons and everything were
They're so
wild.
You know, like
that colorful?
No, I mean like the old Deathwatch.
Yeah,
the
like
way you would
flavorful.
build a even just a squad.
Yeah.
Is so flavorful and like you
Yeah.
couldn't really customize.
Exactly.
They were meant for kill team, which is funny. That's why they are
Yeah.
kill teams. But
So they're
like
called a kill team.
they are like every squad is an elite Spec Ops force.
Exactly. I feel like I love the new book, but I feel like
They've
they
lost
become
a little
more,
bit.
yeah, they become more homogenous. They're more like a cohesive army and less like a bunch of cool guys, which is always the tough thing with this kind of thing. So, but this totally takes me back to it. Awesome. So thank you, Shark Hero the 8th.
Shark Hero the 8th.
Appreciate it. All right.
Gonna read this one, Adrian?
Feel free to read it on stream.
Will do.
Titans, first off, I would like to thank someone in Czech for donating models like these to the project so everyone could participate if they wanted to, regardless of real life problems. That's
wow.
amazing.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Wow, shout out. That's
that.
amazing. Second, would like to thank you guys for creating the friendly and helpful community that came up with this project. Oh, thank you. Yeah, we'll take credit because we created the community that created this awesome project. I'll take credit
So
for that.
indirectly, so you made
Indirectly.
this. So
This is basically,
so I made this.
yeah, this is like our great grandchildren, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Which we are directly responsible for.
That's a lot of responsibility. In the spirit of Titan Watch, each of these 5 models was painted by a different member of the Sioux Falls wargaming community. What?
That is awesome.
I've included sheets with some lore written by the painters if they wished. I hope they serve you and Watch Fortress Titan well. Can't wait to see this project on tabletop.
That is so cool.
Last but not least, never forget to always be charging.
Are there more of these? These sheets? These laminated?
No.
Okay.
So one,
5
two,
boys.
3, 4.
I don't know.
5.
I didn't count the sheets.
I have 2
Yes.
sheets that you gave me.
Okay. Well, there are 2 sheets in the
But
box.
what we have here is we have Randolph, who's a
Randolph.
Black Templar.
Cool.
He's an intercessor from Lunaphage.
Sweet. This is painted by Wagon Key Painting. This is the Discord handles, by the way, if you guys are curious.
He's a strapping young lad.
So cool.
He looks
Oh, these are awesome.
only 100 years old, I think.
Gosh.
So that's the Templar. That's him
Yeah,
right
you can
there,
see
the Templar.
Black Templar.
Templar,
yeah,
he's coming around back.
Yeah.
He looks really good. He's really well weathered.
Yeah.
And
Nice and
then
gritty.
we also have Surak Rattleclaw, who is a White Scar. He's also an intercessor
White
from
Scar.
Chagoris.
This is painted by Yames over on Discord. Oh my gosh.
Oh, these are so cool.
It's so good.
Oh, he's
love
got
the-
a plume. He's got like the White Scar hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's on the backside right now.
Yeah, that's
Here
good.
he comes.
the-
Oh, it's happening.
He's coming.
Oh.
The Plains Runner. Is that what it's called? The Plume
Yeah.
of the Plains Runner?
Oh, there's heads. That's awesome. Do they come with that, or that's
That's a White Scar thing. You have to. He also has a bird on his back.
so
I think.
cool?
I think that's a.
Oh my god.
I can't really tell
I
from here.
love it. That's so
Very
cool.
cool.
Great.
I love it. And the axe there. That's sick. Who else do we have here?
That's I only.
Oh, those
have
ones you
two.
have. Okay, so
That's
shout out to the Space Wolves is by Katie here, KDHR. My apologies for usernames don't always translate to reading well, or to speeching.
Speaking well.
And then also shout out to the Ultramarine was painted by Elijah. So honestly, oh, and then sorry, my bad. I just had my thumb
There's
on the
a
last
fifth.
one.
There's a
There's
last
a fifth. The Black Shield was painted by Groovin Magic. This is so cool.
Proven magic.
Oh my
I
God.
liked it.
amazing.
Like they had a play group that got together and everybody made a
Yeah.
model.
This
That's
is really, really cool.
really awesome.
And I'm glad people also were able to get models to be able to contribute.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, like the
Yeah.
biggest contribution is your guys' time and effort and thought.
energy,
like,
yeah.
And that's amazing. So
Yeah.
if people can help each other out to try to get the models, get a hold of them,
so cool.
Amazing. Big thank you.
All right, next
All
up.
right. Do you want to do this one?
Sure.
Haha,
That
it's
takes me
handwritten.
back. Look at this paper.
Oh, but
this takes me back. All right,
Just
this
cool.
is from Frisbee.
Hey, what's up?
Hope Amalric can regain his pride as a member of the Death Watch, as he is lingering in shame from abandoning his crusade.
Oh no. Wait, so they...
He looks got a Templar shoulder pad.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
He left he abandoned the Templars to join
That's so tragic.
the Death Watch.
We're gonna bring him plenty of honor.
Oh, look at that storm shield.
Is that shield?
That shield's
This
dope.
guy looks amazing.
That's awesome.
I resent the fact that he's a Guardian Spear, but I respect his audacity.
Yeah.
It takes that kind of audacity to leave the Crusade as a Templar and join the Death Watch.
Yeah, and to steal a custodian spear.
It's just so offensive.
I love this. This is
That's beautiful.
The base is from the Indominus Captain or a Blade Guard, but you've done a lot of work to really kind of transform it, which I love. You know, it's not like you don't look at it like, oh, this is this model.
That's what Storm Shields should look like.
Yeah,
They
I
should
like
be
that.
big.
Yes, I'm a pro big Storm Shield person.
The old, like, little baby tiny Storm Shields where it's just
Those
like
are
a little
combat
plus.
shields.
Well, no, even the current ones on the Vanguard
Vanguard
vets,
Vanguard
they're
yes.
like bucklers.
Yeah.
But they're like, oh, it's a force field. I'm like, no,
No.
we
Give
have
me a big
swords.
shield.
Like, come on.
Give me
Yeah.
like a thick, meaty shield.
Yeah.
Like this. Looks awesome.
This looks amazing.
So let's keep the note
Very
with
cool.
Yep.
the model. That's on the,
The box is
Yep.
gone forever.
I'm just making sure I keep track of everything. All right.
Oh, I think the brown sugar is hitting my head.
Yeah.
I'm very sensitive to sugar.
I consume way too much sugar for it to do almost
right.
anything.
A glass of lemonade gives me a headache.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wow.
Right now, I think
do you fix
I,
that by consuming more or less sugar? How do you fix that?
I don't need sugar. I don't do candy usually, to be honest. I'll have it like sparingly, like chocolates. I like dark bitter things generally.
So you're a foreigner, huh? You're not from around.
Yeah, basically. This is America. All right. So you can read this on the stream. This is from Zach, aka Uneven Hobbies on Discord/Instagram. Very cool. So definitely go check that out, guys. Are we gonna read all the whole note?
I try to.
All right. Hey, Titans.
Well, at this pace, it's gonna take a while.
Hey.
Long time watcher, first time donator. My contribution to Titan Watch is a converted firstborn tactical marine. I picked shield and pistol for his loadout because I've always thought that actual physical shields in sci-fi are cool in a goofy way. Agreed. But I didn't want to send just another Blade Guard vet. You need some actual troops, right? This is actually true.
This is very true.
This marine is
Thank
from my
you so much.
right. This marine is from my first box of TAC Marines from when I first got into 40K during
my
high school in
gosh.
2005. Oh, I feel ya. I feel ya.
Yeah, I love it.
He's been through 2 stripped paint jobs, college, and multiple houses. He was in a pretty sorry state when I pulled him out of the box. I love it. He may have been one of my first models, but I didn't stick with Space Marines, so he and his brothers have spent most of the last 16 years on a shelf or in a box. Something I've learned from watching you with Jeff's armies is that these models belong on the table, being played, and not gathering dust. So I've readied this one for battle and sent him to you so that he can be where he belongs, on the tabletop. I really like the idea that this little piece of my work and my history will go on to be part of something great. Coincidentally, he was originally painted black with cheap craft paint, classic, so it's oddly fitting that he ended up as Deathwatch. This is the first time I painted black armor for real, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out, but I have to submit him and myself to the mortifying ordeal of being known by sending him to be played with on stream by some very talented painters. I hope you like him. Thanks for the battle reports, advice, laughs, and community. You're doing great work. Keep it up. See you on the tabletop.
Can
Zach.
we just become a Deathwatch company or a Deathwatch like stream show?
Yeah,
And we just play
basically.
Deathwatch every stream.
I mean, we're gonna have to for a little while. This hit me right in the feels.
Right?
Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's
Wow.
amazing.
I feel you, Zach. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. And the model looks amazing. I love it.
it's like the fact that people are sending us like some of their original models, like
Yeah.
that they're like my first model.
Yeah. This,
That means so much.
That means a lot. That's,
And I love the fact too, like he's a regular trooper. You know, we can't field an army of Death Watch captains.
sure, yeah.
Watch captains.
Yeah.
We will try. but-
So having like a regular trooper is great, and the fact
Mm-hmm.
that there's some, you know, like historic value to the model is like
everything.
that's amazing.
It's everything.
I know I kept all my first models. I still have
Yeah.
every single one.
Yeah. I have. Yeah, same. I have all of them somewhere, someplace.
They look horrific, but
Yeah.
they're
It's like
mine.
the balance of like sometimes, yeah, you just keep them in that original terrible paint job, and that's really nice. And sometimes it's also nice to like come back and refurbish them and like breathe new life into them.
Yeah.
So yeah.
As a nice side perk, if you send
Yeah.
us, you know, a troop a firstborn marine or an intercessor, they'll probably get played a lot more.
Yeah, this is true.
Because we'll need those in every game.
The drama of who gets the first captain to be played.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's going to be randomized. I don't know.
I think we should just play all captains.
Top super chatter.
It's going to be a squad of captains.
Yeah. We'll do. In the past, we played a Blade Guard lieutenant as a sergeant.
Guard, yep.
It's going to be a Blade Guard unit that's all captains. The Magnificent Five.
Oh, that's a great exercise. It's a really good idea.
Cool. I'm going to hand this to you, Brett. Thank you for being logistics man.
Yeah, I'm
He's doing more logistics.
caught up in this right now.
No worries.
Oh, this guy is amazing. He's got a banner with a bird on it.
Ooh.
Have you seen Portlandia?
I have seen Portlandia.
This guy put a bird on it.
Oh!
Such an
He's got a bird on it.
It's an old reference.
It's an old reference, but it tracks.
Yeah.
That's
amazing.
It's a con.
That survived
with a bird.
shipping.
Wow.
You guys will see what we're talking about in a second. Cause
I thought you meant like he painted a bird on a banner.
No.
Literally,
There's
there
a
is a
literal
bird modeled on, and it looks awesome.
Okay. Is there a letter in here? There is not. No, this is it.
This is it?
Yeah.
All right, you're up.
I'm up?
You're up.
All right, I'm up.
Hip. Oh.
Can be read on
This is for the
stream.
previous model.
Excellent. Hey Titans, thanks for all you do and the community you've grown here. Here's a part of Kill Team Cassius, Terminator Garen Branitar, and Biker Sergeant Jetek Subare. I definitely mispronounced both those names. Chaplain Cassius and Codicier Netorian. I provided the rest of the Kill Team Cassius to other people within the community as well as other models, so more people in the community can enjoy and participate in this wonderful project. I hope everything gets to you, and I'm in anticipation of seeing everything on the board. This is dope. And then also, some friends and I are starting a 40K YouTube channel called Psychobabble Gaming.
Oh, dang.
They'll be starting to produce videos very shortly, so keep an eye out. We hope to see some of you at LVTT, that's the Las Vegas Team Tournament.
Oh!
I'll be there.
You're going.
You won't be there.
I'll be in Napa.
And this is from someone in Czech.
Someone in chat is the name?
Someone in Czech.
Oh, in Czech. Nice.
Very cool.
That's amazing. These look so good. I love the work they've done here.
There's one more. I'm assuming it's the Terminator.
Yep.
Wow.
That is so cool. I'm particularly loving that biker.
That looks.
The biker looks amazing.
Can we use these models in their respective armies as well?
What's
Are we
the
allowed to
story
do
of the
that?
bird?
That'd be cool.
He's a White Scar.
Does it come with that bird?
No, I don't
think
so.
so.
Is that a
'Cause it's
Dark
like
Eldar
pinned-
bird?
Is it a razor? No. Well,
It could be from a Razorwing flock. But it's like pinned onto the model, right? There's like a metal bar connecting them.
it's
It's like he's got a back banner. Or something.
yeah, it's like a little light Auspex kind of thing.
That's awesome.
Blown away.
I feel like we should play him in White Scars as like a
He can make appearances for
on
sure.
bike.
Yeah, definitely.
And the
There you
Ultramarines,
go.
I feel like we can play an Ultramarine. We just gotta start playing Deathwatch in their normal factions too. Just so we can get more Deathwatch on the table.
They appear in like the one-off episodes, with their chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
The Terminator looks dope too.
Very,
looks
very,
great.
very cool.
Oh, he's got a Chain Fist. Yes!
Yeah.
I love Chain Fists.
You have a soft spot for
Amazing.
chain fists.
Oh, thank you, Adrian.
Yeah, no worries. Sorry, I felt bad you're doing everything. I'll have you do most of it, but I'll do some of it.
Oh, you want me to read a note card? Pretty good at reading note cards.
Yeah, you're good at reading note cards and
And
handwriting.
This is from Daring Dom, I think.
What up, Dom?
And he doesn't mind us using his real name,
That's good.
which is Larry. What's up, Larry?
What's up,
Hey,
Larry?
It's a bit rushed, but it's all right. Though, thought I'd do... Oh man, this is hard. Thought I'd do a jockey Brian-themed Watchmaster. Oh, a jokey Brian-themed Watchmaster.
Jockey.
Got it. About a quarter of him to keep you guys company. I don't know. There's context there that I'm missing. That's not those words. He's holding a Xenos relic that just shows sixes for some reason and has Brian's signature brown fringe.
Cardigan? Sweater?
Brown fringe.
He does have fringe.
Thanks for all the content, and I wish you all the best.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. I wish I were better at reading.
Handwriting's tough.
Ooh.
Oh, it's literally Brian.
It's Brian.
That's so creepy.
No, it's not creepy. It's
Love it. No, it's uncanny. And it's literally Brian. Like, it's
Oh, it
like
is
really
Brian.
good.
Oh my. Oh, it is Brian.
Oh.
Okay. It is Brian. How did you shrink him down? Did you melt him into plastic?
It's amazing.
And he has a die with only 6s.
It's so good.
That's
And it
pretty
actually
great.
kind of looks like the cube from the Chronomancers.
Yeah.
So it like totally works.
That's awesome.
Oh my gosh. Let me see it. That's
Brian.
so
It
good.
really is Brian.
Literally
We
Brian.
shrank him down. We have the technology.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Here you go. I'm going to give this to you, Bray.
Get him on the glam cam.
Glamp it up.
Glamp it up.
Glamp it up. Mel's glamping, apparently.
That's glam camping?
You know what glamping is? It's a thing.
Is it glam camping?
It
Kind
is
of.
glamorous camping, yeah.
Yeah. That's the only way I camp. It's like, oh, you're not gonna like live in a tent. You're gonna like bring your RV, have
Look
like
at
nice
this
running
guy.
water and everything. So good. Look at that.
Oh
So you
my
guys can
gosh.
see in his left hand, he's holding that Xenos artifact with all 6s.
It's a die that only rolls 6.
Sometimes, man, I gotta check his dice, and I'm just like, yep,
This is amazing.
those are normal dice, allegedly.
All right, what box did that come out of?
All right.
That came from the box that's at Adrian's feet.
Okay, so this next box is a compilation sent by Super Edie. It contains models from
Oh,
all the UK crew.
that's amazing.
Whoa.
I love it.
Are we ready for
And
this?
there's instructions.
Well, it
in
says
this.
not on stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
So no.
instructions in there.
Here, you want to cut to the front camera?
Oh, sure, yeah.
This is like
He
a.
takes away the model.
Didn't switch the cam. Oh, man.
So it says read me first and not on stream. So this will be for us to read afterwards.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, but I can shout out the people, right?
Right, yeah.
So we got, sorry, go ahead. Oh, it's on the thing? Soups, Friend, also Friend, Animus Prime, Boner, and Outbound Darrow 86.
I recognize a lot of those names.
Or sorry, Outbound Afro. I was like, that
I
doesn't
want to
feel right.
read it. It's like a.
I know. Well, I don't trust you.
Oh, it's such a.
Read it with your
It's a mystery.
indoor voice.
So this
As
is
in,
like
in your head.
this box is like 5 boxes in one.
It is.
There are many, many models.
This is
here.
like a bandolier of Death Watch.
Best thing I've ever heard.
You know how,
We need to make that happen. Have a
You know, like-
bandolier of death.
It's a bandolier of Death Watch.
you know there's that orc gun that shoots squigs?
Yeah.
It needs to be like
Shoots Death
a
Watch?
gun that shoots Death
I
Watch
love
Marines.
it. So this is actually, so the notes are from those people, but there's additional models here. So for example, this one I'm holding is by Fluffy Puffins. So, well, oh gosh, we'll just break them.
Some of them you have to be careful opening.
Yeah. No, you have to be careful opening all of them.
Oh my
a good point.
goodness.
Wait, are we supposed to keep that model
shoot.
from that person?
Yeah.
How are
I'm
we gonna
sorry,
keep
I'm
that
sorry,
straight?
I'm sorry.
I don't know.
How are we gonna?
I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't
this is a
gotten there
We're
challenge.
gonna
yet.
have to rewrap them.
It's on film though. We can film ourselves doing this. We're doing it right now. We're filming ourselves doing this.
Yeah, what do you need?
Well, because we have to do one at a time, because we're gonna mix them up otherwise.
Yeah, I'm doing Soup's stuff first.
Oh yes, some of them have
But just
batches.
open all of them.
We'll just open
and
all of them.
Just get them
Okay.
ready.
I
Yeah.
feel you.
Oh, okay. No, that model. Okay, there's a list of like what corresponds to what. So I know that model.
Okay. Does it like
As long
describe
as we
them
can
in great
recognize
detail?
what that model is, can you tell me what that model is?
It's definitely a Space Marine.
Okay. But
A Reaver. Sorry, it's been a while since
it's
I saw a Reaver.
a Reaver.
It's a Reaver from a library, like from a chapter that reads books.
It's a Reaver Lieutenant.
Oh, it is the Reaver Lieutenant.
But that does not instill confidence, because I would not be able to recognize a Reaver Lieutenant.
Like it totally could be a Reaver Lieutenant, or it could not be. Oh my God, you guys are so talented.
I know, this is amazing.
Maybe we shouldn't do. We
I'm
should.
kind of blown away.
This one I've completely unwrapped. This person's. So
Yeah.
we should do this one first.
Okay.
They're already okay.
Well, but he's trying to do all
Yeah,
of them,
yeah, yeah.
which means
Oh man.
people are gonna be sitting. So
Okay.
this is from Fluffy Puffins, and this is a Reaver Lieutenant, and he has, when he comes around the bend, he has a book that says, the title of which is ABC.
Yes.
And it's amazing.
Yes.
I
This
hope
guy's
you
my
guys can
hero.
see the detail in this, because the edge highlighting is absolutely incredible. And this is one of those mega fancy 3D printed shoulders. So
All right. I figured out what I'm
impressive.
doing
for Halloween?
for part of the stream tomorrow.
Okay.
We'll be reading these letters because these are okay to read. All except one of these is okay to read on air,
Okay.
but I don't know if right now is the time to be doing that.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
But I could showcase these tomorrow.
Absolutely. Yeah, and again, guys, all the stuff that you want to be public, we'll be careful, obviously, will be made public. We're going to figure out, we might even make a website or something for it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
And definitely a video or two talking about it. So whatever, if anything gets missed right now, which I hope it doesn't, we will absolutely be revisiting it. This is just kind of hot takes, you know? That's what you guys are here for. There it is, there's the ABC. Oh, just turning, there's the glare. ABC.
There are two sets of intercessors, but one of them has names on the bottom, and the other one doesn't. So we're good there.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm opening a squad of intercessors, but there's no bases.
So that means they're from soups.
That's correct.
Soups. Very cool. Here, we can show another one. So if you pass me that one back.
This is a lot.
I
was
What
not
does
ready
this go
for
with?
this.
This goes here. And this next one, Terminator.
Terminator.
And this is from Boner. What's up?
There are.
Yes, I love it.
Oh, look at that guy.
It's so good. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is a classic kit too. This one also takes me back. It just has that classic, like, you know, you used to see this as an Ultramarine character. I'm loving it.
Oh, I'm
He
excited.
looks so good.
Oh, it's so good.
There's some fun things.
Yeah, there's
in this
fluffy
box.
puffins and
Can I help open things?
Yeah, please
It's
do.
like I'm just sitting over
You
here.
want the bandolier?
with the notes.
Yeah, this is gonna take years at this rate. So big thanks there.
Yeah, you guys are doing a great job of wrapping this.
Yes.
So thank
Yeah.
you.
We
It just
commend
means
you.
it's
I did break one.
challenging.
I know. I'm sorry.
How could you, Adrian?
Animus Prime. Sorry. The halo on top. It's a clean break.
It's the Iron Halo.
No. It's an
the-
eradicator, so that'd be weird.
The Bronze Halo.
Yeah, it
right.
doesn't do anything.
Where's Fluffy Boner's
All right, so
name
this-
tag?
This
Okay,
is,
there we
yep, no, that's Boner.
Boner, right? Yeah, Boner.
Thanks for making me say that again. And this is Outbound Afro 86. This is a pretty wild conversion. I'm loving it.
And he's not going to stand up.
Yeah, so this is Inceptors, which we just saw today, actually.
Yeah.
With this amazing,
Yeah,
like,
I'm just gonna hold
blood
him
letter
upright.
skull up top
What is that?
on this, like, ammo feed. Amazing.
That's so cool. He's got like claws on his guns.
Yeah.
There's like lore about these in the letters, so I'm really curious to see what chapter. he's
Okay.
from.
He's got claws for guns.
He might be like a loyalist chaos person.
There is a chapter. This guy has the claws on his guns, but there's
Yeah,
a
I'm gonna-
chapter that actually has a mutation where they have like literal claws coming out. of
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
They have like bone daggers, like wrist daggers. It's crazy.
Silly
And
space
check
Marine.
out the
Silly Space Marines.
check out the
Stupid
shoulder
kids.
pad there.
Oh, so good. So good.
Got the skull on his head.
Yeah, I'm super into
He's
it.
amazing. All right, I've got
got
these
soups?
guys unwrapped. Yep.
Sounds
Scissors
great.
are actually perfect for this, just as a heads up,
Yeah, that's snip snapping.
because you can just like
Paddywhacking.
cut the bubble wrap
I like it.
in a nice way, in a pleasing way.
Fist is falling.
Yes.
I have fallen, brother. Can I get? Fallen. Yes. Oh my gosh. Continue to be impressed by the talent in this community. Oh my gosh.
And the generosity,
And the generosity. Gosh, yeah.
and
The
the
time and the money and everything.
communityness,
Yeah.
like the actual
That's
helping
what
each
really
other
gets
out.
me.
And
People helping each other, yeah.
The Imperial Fist is in the. It has fallen, guys. It's
No!
fallen.
That was on purpose. I love it. Oh my god.
These guys are all from a different chapter. There's a Raven Guard. There's a Blood Angel. There's an Ultramarine. There's an Imperial Fist.
Wow, this is amazing. Turns out, Soups, even though he can make them, he's no joke.
he's no joke.
Did you get my
Oh, I
joke?
see what you did there. He also put a pun in
Yeah.
I assumed. I couldn't do. I'm not as good as him, but alrighty. So next up, I have two models, two Termies from Skern. These two. Mm-hmm. And oh, one's a Blood Raven. Yes.
Wow, I love the.
Yes.
I'm super curious how the 3D printed shoulder pads with the Titan logo, embossed Titan logo, has
I'm
gotten
so
made.
impressed.
Yeah.
Y'all are
Somebody must have modeled
really
it
impressive.
and shared the file around. I've seen a couple.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
these.
yeah. That's definitely what's up.
Man, scissors are perfect. I don't know how you guys did this without scissors. Because scissors are just the way to do this.
Slowly. We did it very slowly.
I'm working through this
bases,
bandolier
right?
at lightning speed.
Blood Ravens.
Yes, I love it. So again, this is from Skern. So cool.
Thank you, Skern. These look amazing.
Oh, yes.
Wow. I love what you do with that.
Look at his
Titan shoulder
servo
pad.
And the
skull.
servo skull, just hanging out with them. It's like his pet servo skull.
That's so cool.
He should get reroll charges for that servo skull. When I play him, we're going to do that.
Amazing.
This is so good.
Wow.
All right, so I have 5 intercessors from Friend and also a 6th model.
Yeah. While you're finishing up there, let me do this one while you're finishing.
Yeah, go for it.
This is 3 Eradicators, of which I apologize for breaking off the bronze halo on one. But I still have it, it's not lost. Because they actually each, or no, 2 of them have the thing on top of them. This is Animus Prime. Chickadee it out.
Wait, what? How do I have 6 models?
Did you lose the stuff?
No.
You have,
Oh, okay,
you have
okay.
more
okay.
models.
No, I was like, how do I have 6? It's because it's 2, 3. It's 2 of 3.
Yeah.
It's 2 threes.
That's good. Oh my gosh, I love it.
These guys are really dark, but I love the weathering and the edge highlighting. It's very subtle.
Well, you know what I also really like about it? Yeah, is the flatness of it.
They're really matte.
I'm a big fan of matte Space Marines personally. So I love it. And then this, the brazier on top is that a 3D print? Can I see them all real quick? I feel like I've seen that in like Dark Angel.
That's from a sister kit. Sisters have that.
No, you're right. Yeah.
There's a lot
That's
of kit
from
bashing
Sisters.
going on here
That's so cool.
in this this UK
Oh my
crew.
gosh. This is really impressive.
These models from Friend have a lot of added bits
Sweet.
and kit bash. It's very cool.
A lot of these models, guys, I feel like they look even better in person too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I don't think 4K is even enough.
we need like an IMAX theater.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
This goes in here, Brett.
Okay.
Now this is 3 intercessors and 3 reavers from
Cool.
Friend,
Yeah.
and they have all kinds of like.
Dope.
They're all white
Three at a
scars.
time.
They're not lieutenants.
None of them are lieutenants. We have 3 reavers that are going on the camera now, and they have so many cool like added little bits with skulls and like he took that extra level
Yeah, exactly.
of like there's a guy throwing a grenade in the
oh my gosh.
in the reaver kit.
It's
He's
so
throwing like
good.
smoke bomb, but he
Yeah.
replaced the grenade with skulls. So he's like throwing skulls at people. And
There's the skull hand thing. Okay.
yeah.
I feel like I'm learning about bits I didn't know about
And
before.
in the intercessor squad,
Oh, sorry. I didn't see this.
the sergeant who has a chainsword out
Here's one more.
has a white scar chainsword, and it's like a falchion. It's like a curved chainsword.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
amazing.
you know this guy throwing
all
those
white
skulls. This happened today when you took the head and then hit him with the head.
We had our skull fight.
They had the head fight. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
They're so cool.
It's so
You
perfect.
guys did a great job on these.
Yeah, these are
Amazing.
Nice job, friend.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, so yeah, you're right. So yeah, you were saying earlier, it's White Scars bits.
Yep.
I don't know those models very well, so this is cool. Because these are all White Scars.
But I think many of the added bits are not white scars bits. Like there's Xenos skulls on
Yeah.
a lot of these models.
No, there's definitely extra on top. That's
But
so
the
cool.
sword has like a white scars logo on it.
Oh, I love the tassel too for the White Scars.
Yeah, there's that curved chainsword
Yeah.
with the white scars logo.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Scimitar, like a pseudo scimitar chainsword.
Do we have any others?
That
is it
was
from
the
this
UK
batch,
Oh my gosh,
which we
that was an
carefully have to
amazing
put away.
box.
That was so
Well,
good.
would you-
Let's just leave these out with next to their name tags for now.
Okay.
With
Where
these
is-
instructions, we should be able to figure it out.
Okay. Where's Friends stuff?
There's no ambiguity here.
no
That's
ambiguity.
all. So the three.
You do the tag? You know the tag? That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Oh, all Friends models have his name on the bottom.
Oh, perfect. Even better.
Oh,
All
they do.
right. Well, let's keep moving.
That's great.
Maybe we'll finish up before the hobby stream.
I'm gonna hold these. These are mine.
All right.
No, these are mine. I'm gonna keep this.
So this is a list of the models, which we'll discuss in just a moment. And let's take a look. Oh, I don't like touching paper
towel?
towels.
Oh right, paper towels. Adrian has a thing about paper towels.
I have a thing like paper towels and vacuum are fine, but if they touch things, I don't like it.
Well, there's a lot
Don't
of
judge
models.
me. So this is for Task Force Titans, Strike Cruiser Forlorn Hope, Nova class frigates, Pale Horse, Unto Dawn, Hunter class. Wait. Oh.
What?
Keep going. Are these boats? Are these?
I don't think so.
This
These seem a little small to be
this
boats.
is
I think these are people from boats.
So
Boat
let's take a
people.
look.
Pirates even.
I feel like
I think it would be really funny if somewhere in here somebody just like sent us town models or something.
Town
right?
models,
Like, just,
yeah.
just out of nowhere. They tried to pass it off like it
Exactly.
was just part of Death Watch.
Okay. Like I'm a Death Watch.
Oh, these are boats? What?
This is
What are they?
Battlefield
It's Battlefield Gothic Death Watch.
So it's a strike cruiser, two Nova class
This
frigates.
is an entire fleet.
Yeah, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Alright, Brett.
6 Hunter class destroyers.
Brett, your whole face lit up.
I was like, this is
and I'm
a-
so
this
happy
is a
that you're so
BFG
happy.
thing.
I'm so happy.
What?
It's an entire painted Space Marine fleet for BFG.
Like everyone else did a squad. This person did a whole nother army.
An entire army.
Wow.
And who is this from, by the way? We're saying this person.
You have the note. Is it not in the note?
Nope.
Is it on the box?
Hopefully.
Presumably on the box, yeah.
This is the box that was double boxed, so it's over there. But
That one right there.
should I?
I can look. You're doing stuff. I just want to make sure everyone gets
it's
credit.
That was the double box. So that's the box.
So this.
But I think it's just a
model-
real name that's on there. That was just tape, Adrian.
I felt it though. I felt it deeply.
I'll try to use the scissors as much as possible.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on that package.
Oh, there's also Death Watch models.
That's insane.
What?
Yeah, we had some battle damage. One of these broke off the sprue, so we'll have to repair that.
This is just Christmas.
This is amazing,
This
though.
feels like Christmas. So I know who it's from, but it's a real person name, so I don't know if I want to say it or not. But this
yeah.
this Marine, this is Jocelyn, and Chapter of Origin, Azure Templar, Roll, Swordsman, Homeworld, Hattress 7.
This boat is so big.
Oh, that's another boat.
It's such a big
That's
boat.
the big one,
That's
right?
the strike cruiser.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Or that's not a strike cruiser. That's a.
Is it a Nova class frigate?
Is it a battleship? You sunk my battleship?
Sorry, that is a strike cruiser. It's not a battle barge,
Right.
which is the bigger one. All right, our
Yes.
swordsman's blade broke, so we'll have to repair that.
Oh no.
That's easy enough.
Yeah,
an easy
we'll
repair.
just keep it together. It's clean break. Oh my jeez. Oh my jeez.
It's so big, right?
Yeah, that's massive.
Nice.
Oh, we have
Yeah.
a lot.
Oh, this looks amazing.
We have a lot of like this could be the
lot of
entirety of the Death Watch.
In those
It's
boats.
like this whole fleet.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just the entire Death
Oh my
Watch.
gosh. That's
All right,
madness.
let's check these
So
out.
good. Maybe it'll figure out the focus.
Yeah, I figured it
there
out.
you go.
Look at how big that boat is.
It's massive. Dude,
This
those ones
is
are
Christmas.
so cute.
You have more boats?
More boats.
Oh, the boats are unending.
So these are the Nova class frigates.
Yeah, these are. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I think the stands just kind of broke.
Oh,
off.
they just popped off. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah,
Oh, it's a
That's easy to fix.
medium-sized boat.
There you are. What?
It's a middle. It's between
Well, now I'm
the
confused.
two that we've already
Oh,
seen.
these are destroyers. Okay.
You're a destroyer.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 6 destroyers, 3 frigates, which
So
are
that's
these
a frigate.
mid-sized boats. Okay. We're figuring it out.
Scissors are just perfect for every aspect of today.
You're perfect for every aspect of today.
Aww. And we have another frigate here.
So cool.
Yes.
The frigates are Pale Horse and Unto Dawn.
I've never I recognize the escorts and I recognize the strike cruiser, but these frigates, I don't know if I've ever seen these models before.
You've never seen
They're
the
printed.
big Space Marines?
That's what I was trying to see. I don't see any print lines.
They're printed.
Impressive.
Because these Space Marine models were all pewter.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, and these are definitely light.
Yeah.
So cool.
The boxes. There.
That's amazing.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, so we've got a fleet.
Yeah.
Fleet of boats, a fleet of Titan boats.
And the Marine in there. Got Jocelyn.
And then, yeah.
And
then
the largest Space Marine to have ever lived.
it's like Primaris, whatever's next after Primaris.
They
That's
just
right.
tow him through
This
space.
is basically Attack on Titan. Huh? Yeah, that was for you, Bridger. And John, if
good
you're
one.
watching.
And John, who
All right,
I'm
so
sure is still watching.
I've got this one here ready to go.
Oh,
Adrian,
perfect.
can you read that
Excellent.
guy?
I can indeed.
And then can I have the box back to put
The box is right there.
This is just a bill to us. Just kidding.
It's an invoice.
It's an invoice.
This is just an invoice.
All right, let's see. Where should we start? Yeah, let's start with the note. All right. Hey, Titans.
Hey.
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 Feel free to read this on stream. Just wanted to say thanks for pulling together a great community and putting out great content. Hope you enjoy the community project and storing it all later. I'll come back to that. First time painting so much black on a model and working with edge highlights, but I think it came out all right. Question mark? Cheers, IWSJC, aka Jeff. What's up, Jeff?
Oh, that was a user. Thought it was an acronym, and I was trying to figure out.
I mean, it probably is.
And
all
this
right,
boy, oh, do you have?
No, this is about this guy, so you can go and show him. Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
So this is following this sort of communique style format, this writing. And this is request for Watch Fortress founding, approved, as we've seen before. This is Cahill. It's an Irish name. And rank Battle Brother, chapter. Emperor Spears, yes! Biographia. Loyalist chapters from all corners are wont to answer the call of the Death Watch. The Emperor Spears are no exception. And before the rift tore the Imperium half, there was none better to serve. They are the sentinels of the Veil and stand vigilant against the threat of the Outer Dark. Now, however, times have changed. Contact with the Spears and all chapters of the Bastion founding have become intermittent at best. This is true. Of those who joined the Watch last, Cahill is the only one that remains. It is quite possible that he'll be the last of the Spears, but despite how bleak the future might be, hope remains. It was for that reason that he was one of the first to undergo the Rubicon Primaris. Ooh. This spark fuels him, drives him, and pushes him to no end. Once his duty is done, he will see his brothers again. No.
And he's in chat.
Yes! Hey, what's up? See, it is an acronym.
It is an acronym, but I don't know what it's for.
I want...
Super Jesus.
Super Jesus Christ.
San Jose.
San Jose City.
I want San Jose City. There we go. You know what, Bridger, you're done.
That's awesome. Thank you.
That is
He's amazing.
So cool. And I have a soft
this
spot
guy.
in my heart for Emperor Spears. They're one of my favorites.
All right. Who's up next?
Did I give you this?
No, I gave you that.
From
He's
this.
giving you
This is the next
Okay,
one.
I just want to mix it up. Dear Titans. Doesn't say if we can read this on stream, but I think it's okay.
Does it reveal anything personal? Like where they're from? Are they like, I live at this address?
They say that working on this project was like a fever dream.
Oh.
I just want to start off by saying thank you for all the work that you do, your amazing content, and charming personalities.
Aww.
It actually says that. I didn't add that. Gave me something to look forward to during the weeks that seemed to blend into some sort of fever dream. I hope these reach in time. I've actually had them completed for a while, but Delta has prevented many of my errands, naturally. I'm glad to say, though, that I'll be putting this in the post immediately after my first jab. Hey, congrats on that. Oh my gosh.
So cool.
Look at those models. Now, may I introduce two brothers, not actual brothers, just like warrior brothers, you know? Shaitan of the White Scars and Dominello from the Blood Angels. I think like most Blood Angels have Italian names. I like it. These boys always be charging. Yes. These two first met during a joint deployment against the Orcs on Savoy 6. At first, they were wary of each other. Dominello mistook Shaitan's taciturn nature as being a simpleton, while Shaitan thought Dominello only seemed to excel at being really ridiculously good-looking. Look, this is definitely an anime, I'm just saying. During the campaign, they came to understand that they both shared a simple joy in fighting. They liked fighting in the mountains and on the plains, fighting in the sun and fighting in the rain. After the successful conclusion of Savoy 6, both declared their chapters that they would like to offer themselves for secondment to the Death Watch. The first kill team they were assigned to was under the emotionally unavailable command of Sergeant Bethor of the Dark Angels. Serious though, there's some expletives here. Basically, they don't like that guy and his first Legion nonsense. It was short-lived though.
I like how the Titan Watch hate the Dark Angels.
Short-lived though, much like brother Bethor, who was slain on Chromantia, having fallen into a vat of tyrannid bioacid. During the vigil, they've achieved great triumphs and suffered grave losses. Their helmets were crafted to commemorate their slain comrades, brothers Rufus, Brent, and Mikas, who died in a freak Promethean fight accident. May they serve you well. Wishing you all Titans the best. Brendan / Honest Brendan from Sydney, Australia.
Very cool.
Thank you. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
I
love that we totally didn't accidentally kill our Dark Angel captain.
That's so good.
It's not exact. It's not what happened at all.
Oh my gosh. Where's this go now?
This is the next one?
Okay, yeah. You want to go?
Oh.
It says, you can read this on stream.
Nice. It's a whole separate note. So I can read just this. Yes, this. Okay.
We have
I was
Twombly,
going to make the joke thinking it was
Twombly and
just
Nelson.
full, but that there was a note there. Hey Titans, here's my addition to the Titan Watch Army based on my favorite characters from my favorite movie. Try to guess off the names and lore. Only been in the hobby for a year now, and you guys are one of my biggest influences.
Oh, thank you.
I hope to one day match y'all's collection. Please don't. You will bankrupt yourself. It's not worth it.
We just bought many more shelves.
May my gift help you clean the Xenos scum off the table. I think that's what I needed today. I needed the Titan Watch to help me.
Literally, if they just dropped down and just gunned everything down.
It would have been pretty effective.
Yeah.
So the names are Twombly and Nelson. Those don't ring any bells for me.
It's Lance Twombly and Sean Nelson.
I see.
This sounds extremely familiar, and it's something from a movie that I really should know.
Their chapter is the Rangers, which is Ravenguard's successor.
Rangers!
Rangers.
More Rangers!
At the Battle of Redacted, the remnants of the Rangers chapter were pinned in the ruins of the Hive City Redacted after their Thunderhawk transport was shot down, tasked to hold down a critical crossroad to prevent a force of Necrons from reaching the secondary rescue site. The chapter fought to the death, holding the intersection for days under intense Gauss and Tesla fire, when a second Thunderhawk arrived, clad in the black and silver of the Death Watch. The chapter had been slain to two brothers. With their chapter gone and their hate for Xenos scum redoubled, both brothers pledged their service to the Death Watch, ready to bring death to the Xenos with heavy bolsters in hand. By order of Inquisitor Redacted, these two brothers are to accompany each other at all times. A massive increase in combat effectiveness has been noticed. When the brothers are fighting side by side, Rangers lead the way. Is this from Army of Two? Do you remember that game? I didn't play it. I was too young.
I think it's from a movie.
This game was very mature.
Yeah.
And I was very young at that age.
So you definitely did not play it.
I didn't play it.
Yeah.
But for real, though, I didn't play it. I think this is from Army of Two.
Well, I've seen a couple of different suggestions. Black Hawk Down, two people are saying.
Oh.
God, I've been seeing it for years.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, I love it.
I mean, there was a Thunderhawk mentioned in the.
Yep.
shot down, right?
Thunderhawk down,
Yeah.
Black Thunderhawk down. I love it. This is we really needed some heavy intercessors. I was like, we need a lot more heavy intercessors, guys. And
now we have two
here
heavy
they are.
intercessors.
I love it.
This kind of gave me SCP vibes.
Yes.
I feel like we've kind of minorly
For sure.
recreated SCP, like in a small scale.
Well, it's
which
like our
is
own, yeah.
Super dope.
It's exactly what this project is.
Mega dope.
I'm into it. All right, look,
Right.
we're getting through it.
We've got some documentation here.
This is madness. Look, my apologies if you guys have a question that still needs answering, because
Yeah, we've got
It
like
can wait.
20 or 30 super chats still that we haven't touched yet.
I have to build an Invictor after this. All right, hello, Titans. First off, feel free to read this on stream/video. I don't mind. Well, that's good, because we just started. Second off, catch my breath. Second off, I tried to handwrite this to make it more personal, but my handwriting has gotten atrocious over these past months of not handwriting anything, so I decided to type it out. Apologies. No, thank you.
That's preferable.
Yes, and honestly, from one bad handwriting person to another, you know. Third off, here's my boy for the great collection. Was a fun project to kit bash together and paint. I was in the midst of building my Drakari army when this project started, so of course the idea of a trophy collector captain appealed to me. Yeah, I love it. I had the Outriders for my Indominus and wanted to kit bash some fancy stuff on one to make it a captain. I get a lot of inspiration seeing your guys' conversions and kit bashes, and it really makes me excited to kit bash a lot of my HQs to make them special. Thank you, that's awesome. Let me know on Discord if anything broke in the mail and you can't figure out where it's supposed to go. Sounds good. Fourth off, I sent both the Outriders base along with a printed regular base because I wasn't sure which you'd like to use. Ooh. Fifth off, I left the weapons ambiguous so you can choose what kind of loadout you want to take from game to game. Love it. Also, I just liked how he looked with the strap pack of grenades. Probably a bandolier of Deathwatch. And finally, off. Thank you for all the entertainment over the months of lockdown and providing a wonderful community to talk shop with, meme with, and provide a bit more socialness to my day-to-day. Now that everything's opening up, I look forward to possibly meeting you all at events and thanking you in person. Seeing all your painted armies drives me to get the nose to the grindstone so that my games can look a fraction as good as yours. Aww. Cheers, Titans, Harlequin Zach, aka Wishy, W-I-S-C-Y. Thank you, appreciate
That's
it.
another name I
that's
recognize.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll recognize the Discord icon too.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
So he's got a series of chains that string back from his bike, and one of them did fall off, so you have to figure out where those go.
Okay.
But each chain has at the end of it a hook with a different Xenos head on it.
Yeah.
That's
So
so metal.
There's an Eldar head, there's a Tyranid head, there's a Tau head. I'm not sure what the
That's
fourth
so
one is.
40K.
I
No,
love it.
Necron maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
So he's just like riding a bike with like chains
Right.
of fallen foe heads.
I also
stringing back
love
behind
the strap of grenades that he's like just holding out, like he's just gonna drop it at some point.
Yeah.
Just driving by. Gush, 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 gush. This is Bike Captain Calliope Morris, captain of the 3rd Mounted Division Whiskey Company, first founding Blood Angels. There you go. Awesome. Well, thank
I'll
you
be
so
playing him.
much, Harley Quinn Zach. Yeah, you'll be for sure
Very
playing
cool.
him. I love it. Ah, so cool. Here's the note for you.
Okay.
There we go.
Are you giving it to me? Is it my turn?
It's your turn, but you also have had to do all the handwritten ones.
No, it's okay.
All right.
Oh, this wasn't so bad. Please enjoy this model as part of your Titan Watch army, and thank you for all the fantastic content. Keep it up. It's from Cerberov.
Oh, thanks, sir, bro.
See, cursive for some reason more legible to me. I don't know why. It was designed to be legible,
Yeah,
even though it seems illegible.
My cursive is better than my normal handwriting, to be honest. That's why I actually, when I write things, which is like rare, it's more normally in like forms and stuff, I do all caps, which is something my dad used to do, and I was like, that's so weird. It's like quirky. And then as I got older, I was like, no, I really need to just write it
I
all
get
caps.
it. Yeah.
Otherwise, you won't understand what I'm saying.
It all of a sudden all makes sense.
Yeah.
It's I'm not sure I can handwrite anymore. I don't think
You use it, it's like this.
I think I've-
not with your mouth.
typed everything for too long. It's just not. I don't think I can handwrite.
You should bring a typewriter wherever you go.
It's good, or a phone.
Or a phone.
good-
Well, you need to
good idea.
imprint on something.
right,
Oh,
so we have a
chaplain.
chaplain.
I don't think we have we gotten any chaplains. I think maybe one.
Maybe a bike chaplain.
Bike
Maybe?
chaplain. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, awesome. Sir Broth. This
Yeah,
looks
thank
very
you.
cool.
Wow. Look at that guy.
See,
So good.
doing the seals of oath and the scrolls properly. Got the text on it.
It's pretty
It's
snappy.
that last like 2% that
Yeah.
I never do.
That's like 90% of the work.
It is. Oh, look, there's the Titan symbol.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it's
look at
so
that.
tiny. Why is it so tiny?
Oh, on the bottom of his cloak, yeah.
That's
That's
awesome.
nuts.
Love
I
it.
love it. Thank you, Sir Broth.
I'm
Amazing.
playing him too.
Oh, for
I'm
sure.
gonna be playing all these models. You can't stop me.
I'm gonna play all these models. Are we gonna have a Titan Watch versus Titan Watch game?
We better.
Who's
Yo, I
more
heard you
Titan
like
Watch?
We'll call it training.
training. Yeah.
Bridget, can you open one of those?
Well, they're
Instead of
both
just, sitting there?
they're both open.
This one's yeah. It's been a lot of speaking today. Here you go, Brett. This
Okay.
is. Let me see. I don't think there's a note, so it's easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Oh, there's a note. It's hidden beneath.
Hidden
foam.
Note found.
Hey, Titans. Thanks for the great videos / streams. Always entertaining and informative. I've been watching for a while and wanted to give something back. All the best for the future. Thanks, Mike. And his handle is a degenerate hobbyist. I love it. So here's another one. There's a few in here. So this looks like 4 models. And we've got,
Oh, that's a lot of notes.
yeah, so let's see. This guy.
That's the Ultramarine.
He's an Ultramarine with a heavy bolter, it looks like.
Is it, or is it yeah, it is a heavy bolter. I'm reading through to find which one has the heavy bolter.
I looked ahead. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have looked ahead.
Should have looked ahead.
Oh,
Chain
excited.
bayonet? Oh my.
chain bayonet.
That's
What?
amazing. I don't know. I'm just literally. So we've got four guys here. We've got Lieutenant
Dan?
That's what my mind
Xenos
went.
Bane, Space Wolf. We've got Brother Castle Codex Marcius, an Ultramarine. That's probably always called Codex.
And Cassie's. Very Ultramarine name.
Yeah. Yeah, known as Codex for his constant quoting of the said tome. Brother Garian Sanguis, Flesh Tear, and Brother Asius Full Power Thurlin, Dark Angel. I love it.
This guy looks like a space wolf.
So cool.
And these are like suspiciously heavy models, so I'm thinking that they are, in large part, old pewter tack marines,
Oh, that's cool. That's super cool.
which is super cool.
Oh, that guy's got a jump pack with a giant
He's
eviscerator.
the giant abyss. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I love it.
Tell me he's a blood
Two-handed
angel.
chainsword.
There is a blood angel in here.
No,
It's
he's
gotta be him.
he's the space wolf.
Oh,
Oh, he's the space wolf.
Space Wolves took the best guy.
Yeah, and then a dark angel. Oh, I love the OSL on this guy. Oh, he looks so good.
These are really impressive.
Does he have plasma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the plasma is the Dark Angel, naturally. It's an ancient pre-heresy plasma gun. A pattern long forgotten, as it doesn't have a secondary venting coil, so must always be fired at full effect.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a rule. Every time this guy fires, you have to overcharge it.
Oh,
Thank
we'll
you.
do it.
I love that.
We will do it.
These are really impressive. Oh my gosh.
That's so cool.
You guys are amazing. You guys are too
Look, he's
talented.
in all robes too.
Yeah, he's all robed up, and check out the OSL on the side of his face.
That's so good.
That's
great.
real.
I love it.
I'm really impressed.
That's awesome. He
Look,
is
there's the
another-
chain. I told
The
you.
chain
There's a
bayonet.
chain bayonet.
Yes. It's like a chain fist, but on a gun.
Yeah, on a frag launcher. Frag
That's
cannon.
so cool.
I love it. Oh,
All right.
Are we on? Did
Is
we
it
do
the last one? We have the last one. This
so this
is
goes in. Those go in here.
Yep.
The plastic.
there's no note, so I just have real name. So I'll just use first name
Mysterious.
Ben.
Sounds good.
This is from Ben,
Thank
Thank
Ben.
you, Ben.
and it's really cool. Yeah. So we got.
What?
It's really cool. I opened it up and I got really excited, and then I had to close it because I was too excited. So it's
Can't continue.
it's Vendread. I'll let you.
Oh my.
I don't know how to unentangle him.
Unfoam him.
So this is a conversion from Inquisitor Karamazov.
Oh yes.
Amazing
So
model.
Cool.
I'm gonna be very careful.
With his cherubs.
Yeah, there's lots of bits that can pop off
Oh,
like that.
that's one
That
bit.
was not me. I think there was some wet glue.
are we gonna use that as a multi-melta?
A multi-melta. It is a multi. Oh gosh, it is multi-melta.
But it has 3 barrels.
Yeah, multi-melta.
The one's for when a spare. It's a spare.
Yeah, it's a spare barrel. You know,
Yeah,
like
spare.
one overheats and melts off.
Oh my
Oh, it's so cool. Sorry,
That
chat.
is-
You're gonna have to wait because we're admiring.
Yes, I love what you did here.
That's so great.
And they extended all these pennants, which are also. This feels like the resin version, which means they were super flimsy, and these are like nice and sturdy versions of them. And then subbed out. Yeah, it's not Karamazov's head. That's awesome. So cool.
I always thought Karamazov was like one of the coolest models in the entire game.
Yeah. No, he's super cool.
This is awesome. He's got this like giant sword.
Right.
You can like barely even hold it up.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That's so impressive. So yeah, we can play it as a Vendread. We can also play it as Karamazov sometimes. 'Cause we have all the Inquisitors, you know? Yes. We got a Draxus up there.
Always wanted to play Karamazov.
Yeah.
He's so cool. And there's tiny, intricate text there, which I guess it's from a decal. I've never seen that decal before. It's really cool.
Maybe this guy just has like a microscope and the best hands.
Right?
He's like Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
He's a world-renowned surgeon.
What's up, friend in chat? We opened your stuff. It was amazing.
Yeah. Scroll back like an hour.
Yeah. And then watch that hour and then come back because we'll still be here.
We absolutely will.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much.
cool.
What was the first name again?
Ben.
Ben. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you,
really,
Ben.
really appreciate it.
And we also have a lot of foam if you
A
want.
lot of foam.
If you want foam.
Foam's always good. Yeah, we can put this in this Tupperware. It's not going to be flying anywhere
Yep.
anymore, so
Yep.
that's fine.
All right. We did 1/3 of the things. No, half the
Oh,
things.
there's also
2/3 of the things.
a shirt.
Oh, a short? Who's it for this time?
Wait, where did I? This is not the shirt. This is something else. This is also a shirt, but there's a shirt from Cobra.
Isn't this not from Cobra?
There's a 7 shirt from Cobra. No, there's
This looks
another.
like it's from our shop.
No, there's another. Where did I put it?
Scissors.
Never. Oh.
Roll. Oh, that is the shirt from Cobra. Wait, where's the other shirt?
Who's this for?
That's for me.
Yeah,
Cobra got me a 7 shirt. Thank you,
7.
Cobra.
Yeah, sweet.
7.
You can buy this shirt on teespring.com/stores/tabletop titans. Also, just look at the link below, which probably,
below.
I don't know if it's there, but check it out.
I think it's there.
7.
It should be there.
That's
7.
amazing.
So now again, as per tradition, drape it over my knees like a grandma.
Naturally.
And
It's
then
getting
there
cold
is
here.
another shirt somewhere, but
Okay.
We'll find it. It'll be in next week's.
I
mail
didn't
time.
see.
yeah. Let's do
we literally,
Q&A.
like we said, there's even packages that they didn't. That's an unopened model.
No, those are the bases.
Okay.
That came with
That's right. It says bases.
They're
No,
British,
not a person. These are literally bases.
British bases. Yeah. They're pronounced bases with an E at the end.
Bases with an E. Is it like Asteriani where you actually don't pronounce it?
There's an extra U in there. There's like B-A-U-S-E-S.
The bouses. I'm just like, I'll pop down to the store for some bosses. Yeah, that's definitely it.
Colorful bouses. Colorful bouses.
Thanks.
All right. So we have some super chats. We have a number of super chats.
Good luck reading them now. My eyes are.
All right. Let's jump right into it, guys.
All right.
Thank you, the Klemyak.
Hey.
Hi, Titans. The new bat reps on Warhammer Plus, do you think James might use these as a backdoor FAQ vehicle? For example, if they play bat reps with new armies and then set a precedent of how those rules are meant to be played?
Right.
I think that's interesting. I think people will read into that.
Right.
Yeah.
I think in those games, rules questions will come up. And people would like turn to those battle reports and cite them and like go to some rogue trader and be like, I saw a battle report. Like honestly, I don't think the people playing those games know anything more than you or I do about like how those awkward rules interactions are meant to be played. So I think people will interpret it that way, but I don't think that's
won't be canon.
Right.
Well, especially go ahead. Sorry.
This is not the first time we've seen this. Back when Frontline wrote the rules, where they would like rewrite the rules for GW, everybody like, oh well, I watched the Frontline stream and Reese and Frankie play it this way, so we're gonna play and like that's not what that means.
That's literally there's a bunch of hats that went around at the time. It's a like a baseball cap that says, well, in Reese and I play, this is how it works.
So no, they're not going to use it as a backdoor FAQ vehicle because that would be horrifically unprofessional and not the way that any business should be run.
And it's just too absurdly high a standard for any human, for any live show.
Yeah.
Like they will misplay rule because they just forgot, and that doesn't mean that now. Turns out Incubi should be hitting on threes because they just they forgot that they have weapon skill too. Like these are humans. So
totally.
It's an interesting thought, like Brett said, but definitely don't take it as canon. Even though some people will.
Friend has suggested that we look underneath the bases of his models, and they each have inspirational phrases on them.
Nice.
So this one says, "You rock" with a smiley face.
Aww.
This one
friend.
says,
What a friendly thing to say.
"Big love" with some heart emojis.
Aw.
And this one says,
How do they put heart emojis in there?
like a little picture.
Oh, they just drew a heart.
They put a heart emoji.
Tunnel snakes rule. Tunnel snakes rule.
That's a reference to
The heart?
Fallout.
To follow. Oh, yeah.
Tunnel Snakes is a Fallout game.
Nice.
You rule, smiley face.
Aw.
Yeah.
Thanks, friend.
I love that.
Appreciate it.
Thank you. That's so adorable. All right, back to Super Chats.
Yes.
Thank you, Tyler. Adrian, where did we fall on the flash kits ammo run issue? Also, thoughts on 3 truck boss with 3 trucks with flash kits / tank busters / ludas for the +1 to hit.
Thanks, Tyler. Yeah, so I don't know if you saw Tuesday, we did play them, and until I hear otherwise, we're just assuming as intended. I think it's pretty clear as intended, but it's an ammo run. It works for one guy. You pick a guy, you do it, and that's how it works.
He's a cherub.
It's yeah.
It's like a cherub.
Like a cherub. Yeah, essentially.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's how we would play it. And then 3 truck boss with 3 trucks with tank flash kits, tank buster, ludas for the +1 to hit.
+1 to hit.
So that's also a not an aggressive reading per se, but we talked about this previously as well. Maybe it was, I don't know if Tyler brought it up or not. Truck boys, right? So that thing, when they're in a truck, the truck gets +1 to hit.
Yeah.
And technically, in the rules, modifiers pass. So it would be a way to give it, but feels wrong.
That's really gross.
We're still waiting on an FAQ. Don't forget, there's a couple other things that are weird. I'll just say that. Did you know that the Forge World Biker boss is a speed boss and a war boss? So you can do both was.
I have heard that.
Which is
Also weird.
also weird.
Likely unintended.
Likely unintended. So I think for some of these things, like this one is technically True. But I think we need to wait and see this FAQ before.
Yeah. Doesn't pass the smell test to me.
Yeah.
But
They would have just said, the occupants get +1 to hit. Like, there's other ways they could have worded it.
Yeah.
Rather than like this roundabout way. Unfortunately, if there's a lot of roundabout ways to get to this conclusion, it's probably not intended.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Thank you, Aaron. Go pointy ears. Adrian, it seems like mixed Eldari have been doing well recently. What do you think of mixing Harlequins with Craftworld versus Dark Eldar with Craftworld?
Yeah, so I think... What? Your reaction. I think the thing is you want to mix both of these with Dark Eldar. It's like Dark Eldar with Harlequins or Dark Eldar with Craftworlds.
Yeah.
I think taking out the Dark Eldar, like they're the efficient, fast, flexible, cheap units, and then you want to mix them with like Harlequins for awesome awesome Melta or hard-hitting, fast melee, or like more elite style stuff. And the Craftworld gives you shooting exactly. Yeah. So I would be hesitant to do something differently than that. Like you can, there was a point in the meta where that was something that people were doing, was Craftworld with Harlequins, but again, it was at that point where Harlequins were powerful enough that they could like take the Craftworld under their wing and they would kind of help each other. But now, even the Harlequins kind of need help to be able to compete.
It feels like Dark Eldar play the game really well, the objective game. Their MSU is amazing.
Yeah.
And they've got lots of tools. And if you want to build a melee-focused Eldari list, maybe you splash in Harlequins with the Dark Eldar. And if you want to build a shooty-focused Eldari list, maybe splash in Craftworld like we saw in this game.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, Eldari is doing really well right now, and I think a lot of the top like Eldar players and generals are looking at what's honestly is Dark Eldar and Craftworld Eldar doing really well right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Nurgle's chosen son.
Hey.
Grandfather's blessings, Titans. I'm playing a crusade as Dark Angels and need a name for my successor chapter and a name for my captain on bike, who's my main man in search for the fallen.
Dark Angels
he's
successor.
Trying to join the fallen? He's like, man, I really got to find my fallen brothers.
Yeah. Let me, like, what are you going to do when you get them? Like, I'm going to tell them off.
Give them a hug.
Yeah.
Shake their hand.
I'm going to help them stand up.
Yeah.
Firm handshake.
Dark Angel successor.
Oh man, I'm bad at this. I literally will spend an hour coming up with a name for some narrative. I'm just like, I'm so bad at it.
You're probably, sorry.
I was, when GW put the name generator in the Psychic Awakening books, I was like, that's silly. Like, that's like, who's gonna use that? And then like a couple weeks later, I like had to come up with some name for something, and I was like, I'm gonna eat my words now. Let me go find my book with the name generator.
Do you play a lot of digital games that require you to make a character? Because that's always an agonizing
in the
process.
auto-generate, I mean, in the past when I've done that, you just like auto-generate.
You auto-generate it?
It's like click it. All right, cool, I like that.
No.
If a game doesn't let you leave it blank and just press go and it fills it for you, I just won't. I'll play a different game.
Really?
I can't do it. It's too much pressure.
It takes so long. Sometimes it takes so long that it ends up resetting, and then you have to select all your options again. Anyways, the Pontificators.
The Cloaks. Is that a name? That's like such a simple name. How's that not been done yet?
That's cool. The Cloaks.
And the captain on bike,
I like it.
Clokey McClokerson.
That's what I was thinking too.
Yeah. Also, it's like almost 11 p.m. here, and we've been
We're on a wavelength
streaming for 5 hours.
I like it.
I think
we're synced up.
Maybe we get a little pass on
I like it.
inventing
Namings?
names.
Yeah, naming's hard.
Call him Octavius Blade.
That's got some gravitas.
It's very edgy, like Dark Angels.
It is very edgy.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Jacob. I'm doing battle against Sisters of Battle tomorrow, and I'm taking Necrons. He has 12 mortifiers. How do I hands that? Help. How do I hands that?
That seems like a pretty hard count.
How do I handle that, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Like, that's
Necrons against 12 mortifiers.
like
12 mortifiers.
top 5 of Fiona Pain is something that Necrons are gonna struggle a lot.
That's tough.
Because like they have a lot of strength 5.
Yeah.
Which means they're losing that efficiency. Necrons are used to like hitting everything on 2s and then
wounding on 3s.
wounding on 3s, right?
Yeah.
And they're kind of balanced around that. And so you lose a lot of that efficiency, and then also they have a 5/0 Feel No Pain, and you have a lot of 1 damage guns.
Yeah.
So, like, how many warriors does it take to kill Mortifier?
Right.
The answer is too many. That's a tough.
Yeah?
I would...
Yeah.
Do Necrons have mortal wound? How do you do mortal wounds with Necrons?
Well, that's still big.
Sparingly.
Yeah, not enough. Because they only have a 4+ save, right? It's just that they have so many layers. It's like, oh, you have a save, which is whatever, and then you have like a Feel No Pain, which is whatever, and then you also have just tons of wounds, which is also whatever. But once you have all these whatevers, it's like, that's just a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
No matter
There's a
how
lot
many
of layers.
ways you slice it, right?
Many onion layers.
It's an onion.
You know what you could try is the fast destroyers, the Ooga Booga destroyers.
The
You know what
shooty
I'm talking
ones?
about? Ophidian destroyers.
The Ophidians.
The Wraiths.
Because they're Wraith-like.
Well, Wraith-like.
They're like
Half
Wraith
Wraith,
destroyers.
half destroyers.
Yeah, exactly.
They're fast enough to be able to countercharge from far enough away that they can't be dealt with by mortifiers. And they have multi-damage and high AP.
Why are you playing with the ears?
Why? I don't know.
Someone's just like, you have to wear the ears, and I was like, what?
I just saw you doing this, like staring off into space. I think you might want to reserve judgment.
I'm an Ophidian destroyer, okay, with my fingers, okay?
But they're fast enough. They have multi-damage. They have high AP. I would try that.
Yeah.
And if they're not efficient enough,
Yeah.
like try to do some math on it.
I think Scorpex are good too.
Scorpec Destroyer.
Yeah,
is the
get
next
that
place
counter
I'd go.
charge, get that -1 to wound, good damage profile, good strength profile,
High AP. That's all you need.
IP.
Done. All right. Thank you, William. Wife agreed to learn to play 40K. How would you recommend we build 500 through 2K lists of Black Templar versus Death Guard to keep it fair? We've got 2 DI, Death Guard, and Space Marines, and
2
Indominus Space Marines. Oh, those are boxes. 2 Dark Imperium,
Yep.
Death Guard, and Space Marine, and 2
Indominus.
Indominus Space Marine.
That's cool. You can make some. That's like a pretty good balance.
It's a very good Space Marine army.
Because
Because Dark Imperium has...
No, Dark Imperium is good too. Well, it has Poxwalkers, it has the drones. The only thing it doesn't have is the tanks for the shooting, which is mostly fine. Probably just avoid Eradicators from the other side of things.
And, well, Hellblasters actually would make that an interesting...
Hellblasters are
in Dark
okay.
Imperium.
Because you're -1, the Death Guard's -1 damage.
Yeah.
The Eradicators would just be kind of too much. It just punch through the power armor and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, there's... It's so late, the cleaning ladies here.
It's so late, they're vacuuming up.
They're like, get out.
The night janitorial staff.
Oh, that's not that
outside.
late. We've had worse. Anyways, they're outside. So yeah, probably not Eradicators.
Yeah.
I think Blade Guard can be fine.
You're missing more Death Guard than Space Marines.
Correct.
Which makes sense, because you have like twice as many boxes of Space Marines.
Yes.
To even it out, you'll need Blight Lords and some kind of shooting vehicle, whether it's Plague Bush Crawlers or Blight Haulers.
Yeah,
Both are fine.
totally.
I guess, because you have the option here, you have total control over both armies. So I think the thing to do is like, don't skew one army super melee heavy and the other army super shooty heavy.
Yeah.
Either like make them both melee or both shooty, or I guess my preference would be splash in some of each into both armies.
Agreed.
You don't want it to be like oh, did I make it into melee with you? No, okay,
I
you
lose.
win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vice versa, or vice versa.
Definitely.
And so make sure like when you're building the lists and assembling the units that you kind of take that game balance piece into account.
Exactly. And as you're escalating from 500 to 2K, think about what are some of these kind of more skew-like units that are a problem in small games. So for example, the Space Marine player, definitely be wary of running Blade Guard at small games. The Death Guard player, be wary of running Poxwalkers, which are amazing at small points values. So kind of at least avoid running big squads of those, but maybe at 500 avoid those in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, great.
fun.
Yeah, thank you, Broken Chef. I finally got an airbrush. I plan to learn on my own minis in case I mess up. Iron Jaws, Stormcast, or Beast Claw Raiders for good learning, question mark.
Iron Jaws! They're getting a new book.
Stormcasts are perfect for airbrush.
They're fine for airbrush, yeah.
And as Zach taught us with BCR, also great for airbrush.
Yeah.
So all of them?
We said he got all of them, right?
No, he's asking which
He's
one to do.
asking which of those.
BCR. Come on. BCR is the coolest army out of the three of those. And it's the cheapest. But also, hold on, it's the coolest.
The fur's really easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree that fur is really easy for your Gorgruntas, for your Iron Jaws. Like when that new book comes out, you're going to be sorry you didn't do it.
No, Broken Chef's already like a really good painter. They do contract paint work. So they're just looking to expand into airbrushing.
Ooh, then, okay. That changes everything. Stormcast to do like OSL and stuff, you know? Like Stormcast, you have a lot of opportunity to get fancy with airbrush.
Sure.
You can like do blending and all kinds of stuff, and Stormcast will let you do that a lot more, I think, than...
Yeah, I think the airbrush is a
Beast Claw
super good tool for painting Beast Claw Raiders, and that it helps you do it quicker, but it doesn't involve lots of sort of different types or techniques of airbrushing. So
That's fair. Okay, I'll go with Stormcast. Your metals are going to be much faster. They're not going to be fancier, but they're going to be faster.
You could do them
OSL is a
fancier.
good point.
You can do like fancy, yeah.
You totally can.
You can do like wet blending and...
What, blending with
Spray
an
not-
airbrush?
Do blending. You can like spray. It's too late.
Yeah.
I'm out.
don't
Of it.
all
know.
right, guys, you ready for a question?
Yes.
Thank you, Rogue Element.
Hey.
Titans, your new boss invites you to a sporting event you
Okay.
know nothing about. They have one extra ticket. What do you bring from 40K to keep things from being awkward? And why is it a bloodthirster?
Well,
Sporting event?
it definitely wouldn't be awkward with your boss because you're both dealing with this bloodthirster that's just like wandered off and just like slaughtered 50 people over on the side. And you're just like, now we have to deal with this thing. And then like next day at work, you're like, remember how we had to deal with that bloodthirster that killed like 50 people? Like,
Hey.
And you had like this thing between the two of you.
Yeah.
I completely misunderstood this question. I thought we were bringing a 40K model to a sporting event.
No, a real life thing.
I love it.
I was like, why would you bring a bloodthirster to a sports game? It's going to get broken. Your boss won't care.
You're not tired at all. Look, I would bring a Genestellar Cultist because they're really good at blending in and like
Yeah.
not blending in, you know?
Tau Watercast Diplomat.
Why are we at a
Oh, I like
sports
it.
game?
You're struggling on this
I
one.
just don't understand the premise.
It's a fun question, Bridger.
I would bring an Inquisitor, and he would assassinate my boss.
Not sound like a good
that's
time.
And then
not
I
awkward.
would be the
That's
boss.
not awkward at all.
That's not weird.
And then I am the boss.
It's a public stream.
Thank you, Brandon. Hey, I just played my first 40K game and pulled a win.
Hey, congrats.
I was Iron Hands versus Space Wolves. I
matchup.
brought a Falchion and a Leviathan Dread. I was advised to drop the Dread in favor of more OBSEC. What are your thoughts?
Yes. So one, the Leviathan is a lot of things into one basket, and it doesn't benefit from rerolls because it doesn't have core, which is silly, but it is what it is. And if you already have the Falchion, you have one big mega unit that's taking a lot of your points. And that's fine, but that means the rest of your points probably need to be dedicated to objective secured, playing the field, holding points. You have to balance it out. You can't go all in on just a couple of big models.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
There you go.
All right, thank you, Maxwell Martin. Follow up to my Blood Angels Librarian question. Jump Pack Librarian or Primaris with or without transport? Thinking Null Zone. Thoughts? Also, my last Custodes opponent hummed all gold everything while smashing me with Trajan. Woof. Man, that's
I hope
some
they didn't-
serious BM.
Yeah. I hope they didn't acknowledge it too. They were just like humming it, and you just recognized it.
Yeah.
The fact that they're totally downplaying it, that they're just humming it, that's really what sells it.
So I was telling you guys before, we're not, well, after, I'll mention this. Let's answer this person's question, Maxwell's question about their librarian.
Well, you're Blood Angels. You need a Jump Pack.
Jump Pack Librarian, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'd go Jump Pack. Keep
You're
up.
Blood. You can't.
And you
not
can
have Jump
debuff
Pack.
people with it. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, like the movement buff on your dudes that spit out your auras is indispensable. So you want to put the Jump Pack on the Librarian, you want to put the bike on the Chaplain, bike on the Chaplain, the Chaplain on the bike.
You heard of the
Chaplain's running around with a bike on his shoulder. Most people put their Chaplain on a bike. I put my bike on my Chaplain.
Some of these guys are getting a little bit big for their bikes, so you're not wrong.
Anyway, I was going to say, I was just telling you guys before the stream, I'm going to my first tournament in a long time this weekend, and I need to come up with something to hum while smashing my opponents. What do I hum as a Tau player?
Like a Blue Man Group song or something.
It's gotta be
No words.
Well, that's pretty good. But
If your opponent recognizes
nobody
that,
would think you're weird at all.
No, you do the daba dee.
I'm blue,
right?
dabba dee, dabba die. Yeah, that's pretty good.
there you go.
All right, cool. That's very
pretty
hummable,
good.
and it's got a recognizable tune.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
cool. Sold. Thank you, Kieran Turner. Hey guys, because nobody else has brought it up, can I get a big whoop whoop for Bridger nearly taking down John Lennon? Big respect for that man.
Whoop whoop. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
Awesome job, Bridger.
That was a really fun game.
That was a fun game.
That was
I had a great time.
Yeah, I was telling you before the stream also, I think you could have beaten him if two things hadn't happened. If you had gotten sleep, if this was not your third game of the day.
Yeah.
And if John Lennon hadn't just spent the last 3 hours watching you play your list against Tim and seeing exactly how you play and how your list plays.
And he's like, this guy just charges everything in.
Oh, cool. He just had he had the perfect scouting opportunity.
Yeah, that's very true.
Well, the funny thing is, I think
maintain
everything
that
I
I think
did
you would've
really
won.
took him off guard. He
did.
thought I was insane doing everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was it should not have happened. He just watched you play, and it's not like your playstyle changes from game to game.
Yeah.
You're just cool, I'm gonna push my models into the center of the table, and I'm gonna fight you.
It was very impressive.
I had a great time.
Yeah, you did a great job.
He was a really fun opponent.
Yeah, you guys were awesome. You guys had a really good banter.
Good vibe.
That's why I watch Reimer.
We were vibing.
You were vibing.
Awesome. Thank you, Vincent.
Thanks,
Vincent Higgins. Hey guys, starting a second army, and I'm thinking of Chaos Space Marines. Which Legion would you suggest? Not Death Guard or Thousand Suns. And what units to start with?
I like Emperor's Children.
I second that.
Yep.
Cool. They're a ton of fun to paint and to build and convert. They're fun to play. I imagine they will continue to be fun to play because they're a faction that is literally about good shooting, good melee, fast movement. That's everything that you need to be good in this game, and it's also it's what's fun. A list. So I forgot. Oh, sorry. I'm looking at the next one on accident. What units to start with? Terminators, with Lightning Claw and Plasma, and
Obliterizers.
Obliterados.
Obliterosos.
Obliterinos. I think bikes are good with them. Raptors I like with them.
But what about Oblitemundus?
Obliteronis. Obliterinos.
I don't know. There's so many obliter options.
Somebody's gonna come in with a crook and plus all of this. They're gonna turn off the cameras and say we're done.
Y'all are done. You could also do some mutilones, which I've heard actually. I had to experiment. We don't have any, so I haven't experimented with them. But I think those are
melee.
interesting. They're the melee ones, and they're really cheap, actually.
Right.
They're like Terminator cheap. So, yeah, but the Terminators are really the key there. And then Jump Pack Sorcerer, run around and give buffs, debuffs, all that good stuff.
And Noise Marines? What do you think
And
about
Noise Marines. I like one big unit of Noise Marines with the guns. And then thank you. You also take the Dark Apostle with the Remnant of the Maraviglia so that you can get full rerolls to wound for one turn. And the Noise Marines are just a big blob of shooty, ignore, cover, that you can make 2 damage, strength 5, warp timing around, pressing them up. It's quite scary.
All right.
Enjoy.
Thank you, Kenrick Block. Hi, Titans. So stoked for the TTTTT. I remember a long while back, Adrian and Brian were using a quick basing product, and I forgot the name. AK something, a basing type kit. What is and where do I find it?
So it's from AK Interactive. It's their basing material. Literally, if you look up, do you know the name?
It's mud, something mud, right?
There's a bunch of ones that they make. Yeah.
I've got it right over here.
They make
I don't know if
they
I can
make a
make
snow
it
one, and they make water acrylics.
Yeah.
And
There's rough texture, muddy ground.
Muddy ground, that's it. Yeah.
That's one of them. You can get neutral texture. They sell it at some game stores. They sell it online. They also sell it on Amazon.
oh,
Because I just recommended this to my dad and sent him a link. It's a little more expensive, but
on
not.
Amazon?
Yeah, it's a few bucks more, but still much cheaper than Games Workshop and still amazing. Highly recommend.
Yeah, and you get, for the price of 2 Games Workshop technical pots, you get like 10x the amount of paint. So it's great if you're starting a new army and you just do it, like 1 pot will do the entire army.
Absolutely.
Don't confuse it for an ice cream tub because it will look like
it's sort of like a pint of ice cream.
Jerry's, yeah.
This
is my favorite flavor. Neutral texture, muddy ground. Crunchy.
Thank you, Kaldorf. Hey, Titans, so hyped for TT. Also, Warhammer Plus seems decent, but TT Pro Premium and Hobby Titans are still the best Warhammer content in town. I'm Batman.
That's true, Brett.
And he clarified that with this comment, he doesn't mean that he's Batman. He just knew I was going to read it.
You're Batman.
Yeah. You did know. That was impressive.
I'm Batman. Thanks, Kaldorf.
We're excited. We think it's a good deal, too. Which, good time to mention, the TTTTT, too many T's. Is going to be 7 games played for 2 weeks straight. So Tuesday games will be members only. So if you're not a member, you're only missing out on 2 games. But if you are a member, you're going to get those 2 games that nobody else will see. So
yeah, that question popped up in chat.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for clarifying.
We can only put out so much content. We don't want to drag out the tournament.
Yeah.
We want members to be able to get access to that kind of stuff. It's a perk. So, and hey, if you want to become a member for a month and then unsub, we totally get it. But just want to let you know, because I know that was a question that people were asking. So,
thank you, Crate. Howdy, Titans. Orc question. With the Mork Gorkanaut going to Lords of War and the Stompa reduced in points, is it viable or at least in the conversation as good?
It's in the conversation. I don't know if it's in the conversation as good. We will try it. I almost brought it against the Grey Knights, but we ended up just bringing one, because it's very skewy, as you can see.
Stompa?
Because you have to bring a Stompa and, well, you could just bring the Stompa, but to me, what I'm really interested in is bringing a Stompa and a Gorkanaut and a Morkanaut.
Okay.
Because then they all get your clan culture, and then you can start to do stuff with it.
Like give them OBSEC?
No, there's no way to give them OBSEC. Because they're not infantry. They're not infantry.
Somebody told me there's a way to give a Stompa OBSEC and then take away the opponent's OBSEC.
So that would be freebooters, but you can only grant OBSEC to infantry. You can take away OBSEC. So you can, yeah, that's true. The Stompa could take the banner that takes away OBSEC in a bubble. So that's kind of like giving an OBSEC, but it's...
Why isn't it infantry? It's got legs.
It does have legs.
It's just big infantry.
Brett, you're asking the right questions.
GW's really body shaming Stompas.
Yeah, what's that
calling
about?
them not infantry.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Yeah, seriously.
So which culture would you take with a Stompa?
I don't know, to be honest.
Like, I don't think any of them obviously benefit a Stompa massively.
Is there a shooty buff that?
It's very mediocre.
It's bad now.
The Bad Moons one. It's like 6s or an extra AP. Death Skulls, you'll get a 5-up infold against Mortal Wounds. Honestly, not bad. Would have been really good against Grey Knights. So not Death Skulls. The Freebooters. Well, the Freebooters is actually
give it +1 to hit.
+1 to hit's really good, actually.
That's pretty good.
So you definitely do Freebooters and take like Squig Buggies and
the Gork and Morkanaut would also get +1 to hit?
So much shooting.
That's really good.
That's actually really good.
What about the melee, the Goths melee one?
It's okay. They don't have
a ton
I
of
don't
attacks.
think the Stompa got a stomp. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, I just realized how messed up that is. I don't think it got a stomp profile.
Yeah.
So it's still like 6 big hits.
Right.
And you'll get 1 more big hit on average, right?
Right.
So it's like mediocre. It's good for it's not bad for the Morkanaut, Gorkanaut, because you're getting, but even then, it's 12 attacks, you're getting 2 extra.
Yep.
So.
All right. Thank you, IDC. I'm starting an Imperial Fist Force. I have the contents of the DW Combat Patrol. What should I look for next to expand? What is DW?
Death Watch?
Death Watch?
What comes in that box again?
Imperial Fists. Yeah,
well, let's take a look. It's in the internet book.
The big book.
Yeah.
That's what they call the internet.
Death Watch.
They call it the big book.
Start collecting. Oh, no, it's not. It's not called that anymore. Patrol?
It's Combat Patrol.
Shoot, you're going to find it before me.
No, I just started. I'm going to find it before you.
I'm looking at it. It's just loading. Oh.
I'm going to find it before you.
All right, 3 aggressors. a unit of intercessors, a really cool lieutenant. Is that like an exclusive? What? Have you ever seen this
Anytime you see a lieutenant, it's an exclusive.
Oh my god. No, that's the Black Templar. It's like the new. No, it's not. Never mind.
No, this is.
They look like the Emperor's Champion.
I've never. What?
There's a cool apothecary. No, I'm looking at it.
That's so
Yeah, I've
cool.
never seen
Same
that.
picture.
Well, the apothecary is the normal one. He's just not wearing a helmet, Bridger.
He's cool though.
My comment is not
aggressors.
dumb.
Did you say aggressors?
Yeah, 3 aggressors. Okay, cool. So it's a cool base to Imperial Fist, honestly. Obviously, do the bolter ones.
Yeah,
You got
lots of
the
bolters.
Intercessors. Apothecary's great with them. Personally, I would get more intercessors next for your
Yep.
fists because they're just great. They benefit greatly from that.
But heavy intercessors.
I think they're okay. I think they're fine. Like you could get them. I'm just thinking. I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Not out loud. I'm thinking quietly. I like the big squads of intercessors with my fists because I like to kind of trail out. So if you got heavy intercessors, I would go all out on the big squad of 10. And you can trail out, give them the 5+ invuln, give them the apothecary, and maximize some of your strats, like giving your entire squad double exploding 6s. There's a lot of reasons to run some bigger squads with fists, as opposed to like other chapters. So that'd be my recommendations for getting started.
Any transports or melee?
Blade Guard,
Fists don't need transports, right?
not in this
They're not
setup.
about that life.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Badgermead. After the TTTTTT, will we see the winner play the winning Harlequin list from last year? Oh, that's an interesting idea. It would be interesting to see how far the Quinn Codex has dropped off.
Well, I'll tell you how far it's fallen. It's not even in the running.
Would that be
Yeah.
interesting? Really though. Does anybody want to see that?
Like, if we had a total upset, and it could go up against some of these lists, for sure. It could go up against the Ultramarines,
It could.
because Marines are still Marines,
would have
and they
good-
are good at fighting
They
Marines.
would have a good matchup against Ultramarines.
The Death Guard, it has and can beat. They haven't changed since.
Mm-hmm.
Thousand Sons would be horrendous. Sisters would be horrendous.
Admech.
Horrendous.
Custodes.
Yeah, the game has changed so much around
can be
That would be a
Thousand
fun game.
It can.
We would have a
It
good
would
game.
actually be good against
we
Cthulhu,
would,
though.
we would have a fun game.
You're all dreadnoughts, man.
Yeah, but I
You
just
lose.
pop the 5 of Feeling Pain,
All the haywire?
and I have like a
All
gajillion
haywire.
attacks.
I think you. Yeah.
That'd be a fun
Fusion and
game.
haywire.
I'd play that. We should just play that
be a
just in
fun
general.
game.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
you're
into
on.
that.
Maybe we'll do that one.
That'd be a fun game.
This is now. Are you actually challenging me, or are you challenging me the way that you challenged me in turn 5 of this game? Because we have to be very careful.
Right after this stream ends, we're going to go over and play another game, and Adrian's not going to get to build his.
Look, I don't need to sleep. All right, I'm just
Yeah,
gonna be here
that's
all
right.
night, and then I'll do the hobby stream in the morning. It's fine.
Thank you, Travis. Hi, Titans. I'm looking to get into.
Thousand Suns.
Oh, sorry, Travis. I'm going to read yours in a sec. I missed
Oh.
Mike's. Thank you, Mike. What is the current thought process on Thousand Suns HQs? Demon Prince, Exalted Sorcerers and Sorcerers, the Infernal Master, Ori plus Presage seems spicy.
So it's kind of undecided at this point. I think the Demon Prince is interesting if you're willing to invest in him, the -1 damage, all that kind of stuff. But I don't think he's mandatory. I think there's something to be said about just like 2 to 3 Exalted Sorcerers and then 2 regular Sorcerers to back him up.
Yeah.
I still kind of like 2 Exalted Armon and then 2 regular Sorcerers and just not worry about the Demon Prince. And it's just like a huge amount of Psychic that you're
Yeah.
putting out. And then you just lean into, like, I really think, and I'm not just saying this, I think one of the last lists that we played with Thousand Suns is pretty close to what I would literally take to a tournament
Yeah.
currently.
It
Lots of
felt-
experimenting to be done.
It felt very strong.
Right? Yeah.
felt
did it
quite
feel strong,
powerful.
Bridger?
Felt quite powerful. Felt like it was like a 2,400 point list.
Yeah, seriously. I'm spacing on Orrery, but there's some really good combos in there with some of those relics.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially, maybe Orrery is the strat because, anyways. Because there's ways of like giving bonuses, not bonuses to your cast, right? So like when you cast this spell, you get 3d6, drop the lowest, which means it's easier to get an unmodified 9+ to res
Right,
guys.
right.
So you can do funky stuff like that, which is cool. Or an unmodified whatever you need for a thing.
All right. Now, thank you, Travis.
We're back.
We're back. Hi, Titans. I'm looking to get into Thousand Suns with Hexfire and SC boxes. I care more about being thematic than competitive. So what else should I get?
Hexfire, Exalted Sorcerers for sure.
Start collecting.
Start collecting, yeah.
Stormcast boxes.
Yep.
Yep.
StarCraft boxes.
StarCraft boxes. Santa Cruz boxes.
We're never going home.
I definitely think get the box of the Exalted Sorcerers. I know we just recommended them for a competitive list, but they're also highly thematic.
Yeah.
So get that, and it also has bits for like doing other conversions. You can even convert like, you're going to get 2 Infernal Masters. No, I don't know why I thought you had 2 Hexfire boxes. Anyways, it's just good. It's good for conversions. You got Zangors, Terminators.
You probably won't. This is an expensive purchase, but the coolest Legion Contemptor Dreadnought is the Thousand Suns Contemptor Dread.
It is really
because
cool.
it gets a Khopesh and like the really cool headdress.
Yes.
It's dope.
So you run the Khopesh
But
as like a
is
dreadnought weapon?
Very expensive.
What are those things that the Thousand Suns has that are like robots?
So the Thalax
Yeah.
are only in 30K.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Those are not. They don't have a 40K analog.
They didn't figure that out.
That is a point of
That's a point of contention.
You just hurt every admin player.
Fires over
this.
Straxus.
Yeah.
Was like a
Never
whole.
happened.
Oh my god.
It was like a whole thing. There was supposed to be this big
Sorry
expansion.
guys. Sorry.
It had all the Tau stuff.
All the
And
30K AdMech.
Mechanicus was supposed to be in 40K, and this would have come with it.
Got it. I see.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for it. As a Tau player, I'm surprised you're not.
You're
not offended.
Somebody told me about Fires of Straxus at some point, like 2 or 3 years ago,
Yeah.
and then every time I'd ask somebody else, like, "Hey, like, isn't that like a thing?" And then I got
Don't ask
like
me.
I got a different answer from every time I'd ask like a different person, and so I just thought it was fake. I was like, "This is not real." Like,
That's amazing.
Fires of Straxus
It's a prank.
is a
It's a
prank.
prank.
It's just a prank,
Somebody
bro.
pranked me.
Basically was. No, it was real.
And so I stopped believing.
Yeah.
Well, no, even
But none
like,
of us actually
even
know.
like who was in the book, I was like, isn't Tau supposed to be in the Fires of Straxus? And then the next person I'd ask, they'd be like, no, it's these other armies. And I was like, oh my gosh, nobody knows what they're talking about.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
That's so funny.
All right.
You need rubrics though. I don't know if you have
rubrics?
any rubrics in those boxes.
What about Terminators?
Start collecting doesn't have rubrics?
It has Zangors and Aramon. And
Do they know what beginning to collect means?
I know. I know. We're moving to the next question, but I'm just. Yeah. Anyways.
All right.
Go
Thank
ahead.
you. The artist formerly known as Gene Stealer John.
Hey.
The Exorcist list in Dominus Captain, Chief Librarian, Judicer, 2-man Assault Intercessors with Thunderhammer, 2 units of Infiltrators, 10 Intercessors, 2 Redemptors, a Storm Speeder Hailstrike, and 10 Hellblasters, all Primaris.
Exorcist, the successor of
Fists?
Ultramarines.
No, but wasn't he talking before about doing it as
Wait, he's
Imperial
got a
Fists?
second one here. Oh, and 5 Blade Guard. I know it's not tourney tier, but it's strong enough to beat all my friends. Just wanted to shoot you the list so you can admire how sick it is.
It is the dopest. No, I think it's actually
very
quite a good
super
list.
dope.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
You know, other than Hellblasters, but.
Dude, what happened? Why do we?
Huh?
Why have Hellblasters been so bad for so long that we just dunk on them?
That's the thing, though. They were so bad and so cool, and then we're like, here's the new book. Everything's amazing, except for like literally every other unit is amazing.
But they were amazing in 8,
And
I
Reavers.
think is the problem.
Were they?
I remember them being oppressive.
As a narrative player, I guess you
They
could say
were overpriced, but their shock value was high. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, because 8th was a killing game. They were
not,
And they were
you
like,
guys.
you're dead.
guys are
Like if you have
crazy.
10 Hellblasters.
I think
dead.
that's
No.
the piece that I often missed is like I never played Space Marine as a Space Marine army. I never built a Space Marine list in 8, so I never like saw sort of their cost. All I saw was like they just looked at something and it died.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
And then there were also like a bunch of ways you could. Well, I think the annoying thing for me as a Tau player was I would shoot them, but then there'd be somebody nearby them with a banner that made them shoot on death.
on death,
Classic.
yeah.
And so they'd
Yeah.
shoot me, they'd wipe something, then I'd be like, man, those guys got to die. I'd kill
Yeah,
them,
yeah.
and they'd like
Wipe more things.
they'd wipe more things. And I wasn't used to that mechanic, so I'd shoot. Like they'd kill the things that I hadn't shot with yet
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I was like stupid about shooting in order, and I just got super frustrated playing against them.
You're like, no. I am the faction that shoots during your turn, okay?
yeah,
You
exactly.
can't do
You don't
that to
understand
me.
how this works.
You're like, well, if you're shooting during my turn, I just don't want to play this game.
Yeah,
And they're like,
Hot take.
Yeah. I for a while I tried to make the Crimson. There was a Crimson Fist Vigilus detachment work.
Yeah.
I would take a unit of Hellblasters, and it's at the end of the shooting, the opponent's shooting phase. If they shot at that unit, is like 2 CP shoot. You can shoot in their turn, and it'd be like, oh, you shot me. Well, now we're just gonna shoot you back with the whole squad. It was awesome.
Lame.
And the Death Watch ones were scary because they could deep strike and be super. That was
in a unit. So
in a
it was
unit,
like there was intercessors between you and the Hellblasters.
that was competitive and scary.
Yeah.
Did we answer the question? Yeah, cool.
We
list.
did.
There
Yeah,
was-
it was a
yeah.
cool list.
Yeah.
He just wanted to share the list and let us know so we could admire how sick it is, which
Appreciate it.
Thanks,
we're
Joe.
admiring it. All right. Thank you, Peter Benson. Can you please ask my first comment about playing Salamanders in a 2K list with some help from a friend and hero of the chapter? For 1 CP, I play with both Adrax and a chapter master. Am I wrong?
That's funny. We were just talking about this.
You can't have two captains in a detachment, and Agrax is a detachment.
Adrax is a captain.
Sorry.
Adrax is himself a detachment.
I'm not familiar with this rule.
Wow.
And also, if you're trying to upgrade him to Chapter Master for 1 CP, that's also not legal. So, I hate to break it to you. There's no way you can have Adrax and a Chapter Master for 1 CP.
Help from a friend in here. Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm a little confused by this.
So he's saying he's spending Hero of the Chapter to give Adrax another Warlord trait, which he's using,
Yeah, you can't do that, sadly.
or... Yeah, no, there's no way to...
You can't do
You would
chapter
need 2
command.
detachments, and Chapter Master is a points buff, not a Warlord trait. There's an associated Warlord trait if you want to take that,
Yeah.
which is what Heroes of the Chapter would give you, but like you don't... No.
Yeah,
No.
there you go.
No.
Yeah. There's the captain requirement, 1 per detachment, and then there's the points upgrade, was nothing to do with the hero of the chapter.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
So sadly, no way to get around it. You have to
unfortunately.
pay the price, as it may be.
Yeah.
All right, thank you, Cultist Chan.
Hey.
Hey, Titans. Just feeding some Dark Mechanicus death ponies and wondering, often 1 to 2 factions are top. Which 2 would you most like / which 2 would you least like to be on top?
I would least like Tau to be on top. Sorry.
Wow, okay.
Yep.
Sorry.
Honestly,
Tau,
it's super impressive.
It's been years. You
it's
had
not.
years of just like
What?
Tau just
You're gonna have
being
beaten.
Tau
beaten
just
on.
being rude.
Yes.
Just years of that.
No, they've been amazing in so many editions.
They were amazing. It was this like super high skill cap army where like if you were really good, like if you're Brian playing them, they did really well. But if you were just like a normal
Anybody
mortal,
else, yeah.
like they were
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like there's also the other side of it where.
they're annoying to play.
But if you have an average player playing against an average Tau player, and they're both just like playing in the old editions, it's like, oh, you charge me and I shoot all your stuff and everything's dead, and like that doesn't feel good for that player either. You know?
Yeah, it's annoying to play against.
Yeah.
I think that's the main issue with them is they
It
have
is.
their. I mean, if they get redesigned in 9th and they get rid of all these like annoying to play against army mechanics, then
Make the Tau cool
great.
and fun.
That's
like
great.
you should be excited for your opponent to do well.
Yeah.
You know, as much as you can be.
yeah,
But,
not this like oppressive Overwatch and a bunch of shield drones.
Yeah,
and
non-interactive.
So everybody wants Custodes to be top, but after that, I think Genestealer Cult is really cool when Genestealer Cult are a top faction because that just
Yeah.
means the game's in a fun, healthy place.
I think that's really cool. Also because it's complicated. I like it when complicated factions are on top and it's not just like Iron Hands, you know, Broviathan or something.
I mean, AdMac's pretty complicated, and I gotta be honest, I hate it. I hate everything about it.
I'm happier with where it is at now because the Lucius blobs were much simpler than this, especially once you learn how to learn it. It's like, oh, this is all I have to do. Like this.
It's the AdMac is complicated in a very rote manner, where like once you get it, and you're done, and you don't think ever again.
You think that
Just
for the
like-
new builds?
for the old builds, and I think for a lot of the new builds, yeah, I think AdMac is still like these buffs go on these units,
Fascinating.
and I have interesting movement decisions to make.
Yeah.
But now you just charge you with your whole army, like you're just like cool.
Yeah, I
You
disagree
just
very
push
much
all
so.
your models forward.
No,
and
that's
you-
literally not how you play the army. That's how you lose with the army. I think the new one is quite complex and interesting, and That's one of the powerful things about it is that your buffs don't just always go on one unit, and they're constantly shifting around and going to different spots to do different things. Like, I think playing the new one well, I think is quite complicated personally. The old one, yeah.
The old one was real dumb.
Once you figure it out, it's like you just do the same thing.
All right, you guys want to hear my answer? I want Custodes to be on top
Yeah?
because they absolutely should be. When they show up to a table, they should just win, like in the fluff.
You know, it's
that's
true.
what they do.
Yeah. It's true.
And so I want the fluff to be,
Hire this
real
man.
life. And then Tyranids for the exact same reason. Like when the Tyranids show up to the table,
They just win.
They should be super strong because two reasons. One, everyone loves playing against Tyranids.
Yeah.
And,
These are bad.
and in the fluff, like Tyranids just like eat everything.
Yeah.
Nobody wins
I
against
want
them.
them to do that. Yeah, nobody wins against Tyranids.
Yeah, it's true.
So from a narrative perspective, I want Custodes and Tyranids.
So as that, just following that, projecting that out, two that should lose all the time is like Guard and the dying race of Craftful Eldar.
Yeah. The craft will definitely just lose. The guard, I feel like everyone's dead. Like your opponents get like max points against you, but then you still win.
You
somehow.
lose every battle,
Right?
but somehow win the war.
Yeah,
Like, you go
exactly.
1-5 at the tournament,
And you win the
you
event.
win the tournament.
Yeah.
Your
exactly.
secondary, like your army-specific secondary, should be if you lose. It's like the opposite of like the kill lots of models thing.
Yeah.
It's like if you lose 100 models, you get max secondary.
Yeah, exactly. It's not no prisoners, it's all the prisoners.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. All right. Thank you, foolish mortal. I know Khorne cares not from where the blood flows, but
true.
it would be nice if it sometimes came from his enemies. Tips for pure Khorne demons. I wish I had some of those Slaanesh rules sometimes.
Ugh, I know. Look, they'll get Khorne right eventually. Like they have in the past, but right now it's just like, hey, they figured out Slaanesh, but then Khorne, who is very similar, they didn't. Anyways, that's beside the point. So tips. You can take more than one Banner of Blood.
Be'lakor. I'd say play them with Be'lakor.
Play them with
Be'lakor
Be'lakor.
gives you a lot of tricks
Yeah.
with Khorne, but now you're not pure Khorne. So I'm realizing why my suggestion seems a bit silly. But Be'lakor lets you do fun things with Khorne that you can't do otherwise.
He has to be in a separate detachment, though.
From Khorne, what?
He doesn't have the Khorne keyword. He's not like...
No, so it won't be a Khorne army.
Right.
It'll be a Be'lakor army, and your Khorne stuff will be better in this Be'lakor army than it would be in your
okay.
Khorne army.
Got it.
I mean, rerollable charges is pretty good, though.
Yeah. to jump is also good.
Yeah, and then you fail your 8-inch
Failure.
charge.
Yeah.
No, you 3d6 it.
Sure. Once per game. Yeah, I mean, that's okay.
They only get one charge. They only...
That's fair.
There's no follow-up charge.
Yeah, it's just tough because there's so few options, you know? Like, even the Bloodthirsters are not great. A few big blobs of blood letters, a couple small ones, obviously, for just scoring things out. And then I would probably min-max Hounds for similar reasons, screening out, engage on all fronts, all that stuff. And it's tough out there. The Demon Princes are good. I like their Demon Princes better than I like most Chaos Demon Princes, because you can give them like Skull Reaver. And then he's like basically a Bloodthirster that can't be targeted, so he's better.
There's just no options like in the book.
It's
like,
so
there's
few.
No...
It's like here's 5 units,
Yeah.
and
Good luck.
3 of them are playable.
The book needs some depth.
It does.
sure.
Yeah. He's hoping. So good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck. Yeah.
Foolish mortal.
Thank you, Jared. I
I don't know what this is.
Demind only 3 things from GW. Primaris drop pod. I want only 3 things from GW. Primaris drop pod, Primaris veterans with weapon options, and playable Imperial Fists.
Yes, my man, you are totally right. This is like everything that we need in this world.
Primaris drop pod.
How about this? How about we can put Primaris in regular drop
Yeah,
pods?
why not?
Because it's a great dang
It's
kit.
too small.
What's the fluff justification for that?
It is too smart.
too
Like there's literal
small.
harnesses inside of it.
They won't
Unfortunately,
fit.
if only they didn't model the harnesses.
This Space Marines don't fit.
They'd be like,
drop pod.
Yeah, but like, you don't think Call was like, hey, I'm just going to make you a bigger drop pod.
but that would be a different model.
That's the Dreadnought drop pod.
So can Primaris go in Dreadnought drop pods?
No, because there's
not
no
dreadnoughts.
seats. They're going to be bumping around everywhere, man.
So
That's not safe.
Who's in charge of putting seats in a Dreadnought drop pod? Like, just do it. Come
Do
on.
you know the kind of infrastructure and like widespread reform that it would take to like retrofit all of these drop pods?
All I'm hearing is
Unreasonable.
excuses, Adrian.
They don't
I'm
know
just
how to
saying.
do any
Not
of
with
these
that
things.
attitude. Yeah.
There's an STC that poops out drop pods, and there's a different STC that poops out dreadnought drop pods.
true.
They don't know how to make
Well, then
anything.
what's the SEC that pooped out Primaris? Oh, that's right. There isn't one. Colin invented it because that's what he does. He could have figured this out. This is a solvable problem.
I don't think Primaris vets with like.
I mean, how did they
weapon
build
options.
armor for Primaris Marines?
I don't-
Somebody invented it.
Honestly,
It's like the
GW kind of skimmed over that one.
How do they build an outrider bike?
Yeah, how do repulsors exist, right?
Like nobody was like, hey, here's like a new bike that fits our like. We found an STC for like a new bike. We found an STC for an impulsive. Like things didn't just like pop up.
It's like the trailer for the Orc book when they acknowledged that they literally never produced an independent kit for the Defcopters because it's from Blackreach, and they just never ended up coming out with them. And they were like, "Hey, remember those those Defcopters we forgot how to make? We remember now." It's like that, right? They're just like, this is how we do it now.
All right. Well, they figured out how to make all these things except how to put seats in a dreadnought.
Exactly.
drop pod.
That's too far.
It's too far. Can't
I agree.
go there.
Vets with weapons. No,
I don't think it's gonna
It's
happen.
not a modern design thing, right?
very non-Primaris.
They have specialized units, and that's fine and good.
Yeah.
And also from Horus Heresy, so also an olden time thing. Playable,
Yeah.
playable Imperial Fists? Yes, 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 yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, I could pass on that.
They are like, they could be the perfect all-around army, honestly.
Yeah,
like
and no one's gonna go. If they were meta, can you imagine all the people who were like be pulling their hair out trying to paint yellow? It'd be
Yeah.
like the sweetest, like
There was a brief period. People just didn't play them as yellow. They just took their Space
Yeah.
Marines and were like,
Remember Manny
these are
Cheesema?
fists.
Oh, I'm playing Imperial Fist.
no, I didn't. Well, I guess
He
I
was
did.
just an all ignore line of sight gun
dark
line
time.
that would just try to table you, and that was it. It was like a no skill.
What color were they?
I don't know, some
Any color you
nonsense
want,
color.
man.
I don't know. Nonsense guy plays with nonsense colors, you know?
oh, shots fired.
Shots fired.
All right, thank you, Adam. Hey Titans, I'm trying to build an AOS ogre army with some giants or Kragnos.
Nice.
What's the best mix of units of ogres to run with the big guy?
All right, Bridger.
Also, I've never played AOS, and this is my first army.
Woo.
Awesome.
Yes. Okay, so if your Warlord is an Ogre, that means that Iron Guts are battle line. So just take Iron Guts, period. Full stop.
Oh, nice.
They're
Easy
just
peasy.
better than Gutbusters. Gutbusters is like normal Ogres.
Yeah.
They have a 5-up save. Iron Guts have a 4-up save. So it's +1 save. And then Iron Guts have 1 more attack, and their weapons have higher damage and more rend. They're better in like every way. They're 50% more expensive, but they're more durable. They hit harder. And they're battle line if you have an Ogre or Warlord. All
Nicely
Iron Guts.
done.
That's a good tip.
And then go get Man-Eaters because they're cool.
Man-eaters, yeah.
cool. Eating the mans.
Cool, thank you, Lewis. At the start of the game, do you get any command points back from the ones used before the game starts? If I start with 10, is that my new max CPs, or can I get one at the start of my command phase?
There's no max.
So there's actually no max.
There's no max, and
Yeah.
you do not get command points back from ones used before the game starts. So like,
Remember when that was a thing?
That was a thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Like, well, technically, this is during deployment.
yeah, no. So the way the rules worded, if you have a relic or something that allows you to roll to have a chance to get command points back when you spend them, the model with that relic has to be on the table in order for the rule to take effect.
Well, it's further than that, too, right?
And so before the game, nothing's on the table, so you don't get to roll.
But even in
more
deployment
than
strats
that.
don't work.
Because that used to be the thing the way it worked, right? So you'd say, okay, well,
Wait, what?
first I place Kurov's
Deployment
Aquila.
strats don't work?
No,
You can't regen.
you can't
deployment
regen them
strats.
anymore.
When, like, if someone does a redeploy or something, you can't?
No, that's fine because that's the start of the game. It's like, oh, I placed Kurov's Aquila first. Okay, put these guys down here. There's actually no strats you can do there, but like you can't. It used to be a thing where I'm going to place my CPU regen guy first.
Yeah.
Okay, this unit I'm going to put into Deep Strike, which isn't a thing anymore. But you can put them in Deep Strike. Okay, do I refund that?
Oh.
This thing.
Well, those are not stratagems.
They are
Yeah,
stratagems.
some of them are.
No, the like,
What boy strike?
oh, interesting.
My Autarch's on the field,
Gotcha.
right?
Or like Death Watch have a strat to put things in the teleportarium.
Yeah, and they have
Yeah,
CPU
well,
refund.
those all happen before deployment because you have to
Now they do.
declare.
Now they do.
You have to declare reserves
Yeah.
before anything gets deployed. Yeah.
Yeah, so that might be the reason it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I would just think of it, if the model's on the table and somebody uses a stratagem, then you probably get to roll to see if you get a CP back.
Yeah, like redeploy stuff, it's like
Yeah.
at the start of the game, before the start of the first turn, game started, you can do your thing,
Yeah.
to my knowledge.
Yep.
Maybe.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Future EMP, thoughts on this Tau list?
Cool.
3 Ion Heads, 2 Sky Rays, 2 Devilfish, a Barracuda with all the Seekers, and SMS. Barracudas can't take SMS. 2 Piranhas, 2 Tetras, 4x5 Breacher teams, 2 Fireblades, 1 Cold Star with 4 Missile Pods. Hardened Warheads, Gifted Pilots, 30 Seeker Missiles.
Maybe SMS was for all the other vehicles.
Yeah, I think so. All with SMS and Seekers, yeah. Yes, you're right. So, yeah, I think Hardened Warheads in a... Seeker Missiles in a Hardened Warheads detachment are cool. But, you know, there's... In 9th Ed, like, stuff gets hidden. And so, like, the Alpha Strike... The idea of, like, an Alpha Strike is much, like... It's less of a thing now. And I think you need things that play the game. Like, you've got a lot of firepower. Also, if you're teching into Hammerheads, you've got 3 Ion Heads there. Like, Long Strike is also very attractive, which you can't do in a Hardened Warheads detachment. So,
Oh, interesting.
I think it's interesting. Actually, if you were to do Hardened Warheads, Zach and I have played around with the High Yield Missile Pod turret on the Hammerhead, which actually I think the couple times we've played around with it, I actually like that better than an Ion Head, because the Ion Head has a random number of shots, so it's blast. So if you tag it, it's just kind of like out of the game. You have no way of falling back and shooting. So, yeah, I think if you want to run vehicle heavy lists, I actually am a huge fan of Mechanized Tau. It's kind of like how I got into the game. I would look at the High Yield Missile Pod turret for the Hammerhead. It's Legends, and you can't buy it. But, you know, I don't know, eBay or Convert One or something. Ditch the Sky Rays. They're unfortunately not quite there. And the Barracuda I like, Breachers and Devilfish I like, and yeah, Piranhas play the game really well. The Cold Star with missiles is great, and I think that's a fun list.
30 Seeker Missiles in a list that only has 6 models with marker lights.
Yeah, you have strats that you can put marker lights on things with, and you only need to get up to 2 to shoot the Seekers, and so you really just need 1 from a Sky Ray, and then you can spend a CP to put on a second one, but I don't know. It's
still pretty dicey, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Sky Rays are BS3, which is nice.
And +1 to hit fly.
And they have +1 to hit fly. Yeah.
And they have the old fly, not aircraft.
Right, not aircraft. God, I hate that rule.
Fly.
Yeah.
Stupid.
That was a stupid change.
Anyway, it's a super fun. It looks super fun, very thematic. And there's Tetras.
Yes,
Ooh,
those are 2 of the 6.
Yeah. Tetras have 3 marker lights each, Bridger.
I counted them as in the 6 models. Is 2 Sky Rays,
I see.
2 Fireblades, and 2 Tetras.
Got it, yeah.
But they'll just die. Tetras are not durable.
No, you're absolutely right.
They'll get picked up.
It's a super fun list. I don't think it's good, but if you're playing with other people who also run super fun lists and aren't concerned about, playing to win, then you should absolutely build that list. It's going to be tons of fun to play. All right, moving on. Thank you, Heis Rosenheim. Good morning, guys. I haven't seen the game yet, just woke up, but I'm looking forward to doing so. Hope Eldari won. When will we see a Titans Deathwatch game on stream? And which Thousand Sons Cabal is the best?
We won't spoil the game, I guess. I'm trying to see where the
super
game
was
from.
like 4 hours ago.
Yeah, it was
the
from
super chat was
9:45.
from an hour ago.
Yeah.
Titans Deathwatch game on. I literally did not press any of those words. Yes. So I believe the deadline, or in theory, everything for this will be here by August 31st. We have a little event called the TTTTT, and we considered actually putting them into the TTTTT, but we wanted to make sure we had everything here organized, we knew what we had, etc. So we'll certainly be diving deep into them, pretty much.
It's cold in here, man. It's cold.
It's so funny to me.
I turned up the air conditioning like 12 hours ago.
Oh gosh. So it's definitely bottomed out. Anyways, we'll hit them up probably right after the TTTT once we can do some content. Which T-Sun's Cabal is the best? I'd say there's 3 in contention.
Yeah.
Duplicity, which gives you the redeploy and the jump, the deep strikes. There is the Cult of Time, naturally, which gives you the automatic get up, none of this 2 CP for 4+ get up, and also gives you the ability to res a model to a unit, aka a Scarab Cult Terminator. And I feel like there was a third one.
Cult of Magic.
Cult of Magic. Yeah?
Right?
That used to be the go-to.
Is that not a thing anymore?
Okay, I'll say these are the 2 for sure. The other ones, because I think I was also thinking of Cult of Duplicity, which is only good like in my own head canon.
Duplicity is the first one you said.
Sorry, Cult of Scheming. The fall back and shoot and charge, which sounds amazing. But anyways, those first 2 I think are the 2 strongest for sure.
Yeah.
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 And Heis has a second question. So Warhammer Plus launched. What do you guys think of it? I am torn. I think it's cool, but also I think it's one of the reasons they changed their policies.
It's 100% one of the reasons they changed their policies.
What policies did they change?
A lot.
No fan-made animations.
Oh, gotcha.
I was like,
Yeah. All right.
So my perspective on Warhammer Plus is that if you want at least 2, they have like a bunch. They have like 5 different things
4
they're
or 5,
offering.
yeah.
If you want at least 2 of them, it's probably a good deal. If you only want 1 of them, it's probably not a good deal. Right? If you just want animations, like $5 a month to see like 1 or 2 animations, that's not a good deal.
Yeah, there's not going to be enough animation content on it.
Right.
In the same way that like a Netflix
Right.
or HBO Plus or something, Disney.
Titans Premium.
Yeah, like you're not gonna get 3 or 4 content streams a week.
And I think it's true for like each of the spokes of the wheel. It's like if you just want bat reps, they're not putting out as many bat reps as any other content creator. So like you could pay them $5 a month, or you could pay any other content creator $5 a month and just get more content.
Yeah.
But I think if you want at least 2 of the spokes, it's probably a good deal.
Yeah. Yeah, like because Azir's moving to that, right? Azir, that's on that?
The app.
So like I love the Sigmar app, and I already pay money for it. So this is like I want to pay a few bucks more for the rest of the stuff. So it's less of like, do I think it's a good deal, and more of just like, well, I want to use this app, and the other stuff is like cool and fine.
Yep.
So that's kind of my take on it.
And there's models that come with it, and there's
Yeah.
I don't know if like you said, Bridger, if there's 2 or more of the things that you're excited about, I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the sort of backlash that the internet is having against it is mostly around, like you're saying, the changes to
Animation
policies. So I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who sort of protest on principle, don't sign up on principle, and that's, of course, your choice.
Yeah, totally. It's tough, and copyright law is weird. Like one of the ways that it works is unless you go after everything,
it's a UK
you can't
thing.
defend it all, basically. Yeah. So they need to be, like I'm not going to defend what they did or didn't do, but that's definitely a thing. So
Yep.
that's copyright law, and they have to play the game just the same as the rest of us. So
Yep.
yeah. Thanks for the question, Heis. Definitely a hot topic.
So I'm going to skip ahead because Heis had a third super chat. He says, thank you, Heis. I signed up nonetheless so I can transform the Oryx Mega Boss into a Wog Boss in Mega Armor. Just looking for a cool Gretchen and, oh wow, that's a German word. Aufgemotzt Wum. Yeah. A Gretchen and whatever that is.
Machine gun. Like what's the bit he's looking for? Big choppa.
A big choppa?
Turns out that's the German word for big choppa. Am I right, Heis? Did I do the thing?
No, a bike. It's a bike, right? No.
Wait, what?
A mega armor guy on a bike? Hey, look, I know you think you can carry bikes on top of Marines, but
A claw.
no, he doesn't have a claw now.
Oh.
But I think in general, like if you like Warhammer Plus, just try it. Or if you're curious, just try it. Like what's $5 to try it for a
Yeah, you
month?
can try it one time.
Yeah, definitely try it and then go read through all the White Dwarfs. That's definitely a thing.
That's a good deal.
I know I missed out on stuff. I was like Because apparently, like the new Sons of Behemoth stuff came out in White Dwarf. I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I'm just gonna subscribe and then I can just get it.
Dude, okay. What is with AOS content creators
Yeah.
doing like reviews
Yeah.
that are 3 hours long and 90% of it is not related to the thing you're reviewing? What is with
Isn't that
AOS?
what we're doing right now?
I was like trying to. You be quiet.
This is not a review. When we do reviews, we're very concise.
I know, but
We're kind of concise.
I was like trying to figure out what the new rules were, and I could not. I watched so many videos, and I was like skimming through, and none of them ever talked about it.
You didn't just go buy a magazine?
No, I didn't go. What year is this? I didn't go buy a magazine.
digitally. Oh, maybe you can't anymore. But at least until recently, you could buy it just digitally. Because that's just the better choice. You fool. You fool. Played yourself, son.
So I don't know what the new Sons of Behemoth rules are, but I'm excited about them.
Well, if it's in the app, you should check it out.
Thank you, Jerry. Do you guys think that Belisarius Cawl should be able to take his bodyguard, Alpha Primus, giving Alpha Primus a model and rules? I think it could be a cool way to add more lore into the game.
That would be super cool. The only dangerous thing is that's one of the few things that AdMech doesn't have is bodyguards. And that would be real scary.
No, I think he should be a stratagem. Like there's a strat just for Cawl, and it's called Alpha Primus.
Oh.
And it's like when something bad happens to Cawl, you use a strat, and it doesn't happen.
Right. That could be cool. Yeah, because I pictured here it's also, it would only affect him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that, though.
Because they like the AdMech, the way that the AdMech bodyguards and assassins work in the lore is like they're just around all the time, but they're never out in the open. Like they wouldn't be on the battlefield.
Yeah.
They would just like
In the shadows.
zoom in like on wheels, and they're like
On wheels.
or like one big ball. They
Sounds
just like roll on a ball.
Saber protocols, but with more steps.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a strat, so it's not annoying.
So maybe like the Bellicor one, where it's like, oh, if you would fail fail save, you reduce the damage down to 0.
Oh, it could just be a rule on his data sheets, like Alpha Primus, first failed save every phase. It's not
gotta
failed.
get-
Intercepted by a drone, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, thanks, AT. In his absence, who's going to play Brian's Space Wolves? Also, while he's gone, can someone please get some Primaris reinforcements for them? Love ya, thanks.
Yeah, there's lots of answers to this. So first of all, we played them Tuesday.
We did.
We played them Tuesday. We'll play them again in a public game, in a non-members game soon, but we just kind of saw the opportunity and took it. I was going to play them, but then John ended up playing them Tuesday, so maybe he'll be playing them. Both Brian and, oh gosh, this is so embarrassing. I'm forgetting his name.
John?
No,
Zach.
the owner of the Space Wolves Army.
Oh.
That's literally painted white scars for us.
No.
Austin. Thank you.
Austin.
And both Brian and Austin separately have expressed interest in expanding that army. Third, one blue moon. I will finally come back to my Space Marines, which are like kind of modeled after Emperor Spears, but the intent is they're also very kind of generic and Celtic and stuff like that. And so definitely we'll be playing those as Space Wolves. I'm gonna get like 15 Blade Guard. It's gonna be awesome. So these are all the things in the future of Space Wolves on the channel.
Yeah,
I'm
lots
like,
of options
I know
there.
that I'm allowed to not like Dark Angels. Am I allowed to not like Space Wolves?
You don't, but you just don't like them because the new book is not.
No, it's
Very
like
cool.
if I were to pick a specialist Space Marine army,
Yeah.
it would not be Space Wolves. It'd be Blood
Well, then
Angels.
you don't have to.
Right, exactly. Like,
there's a
am I
difference-
allowed to just not like Space Wolves?
There's a difference between not liking something and not like liking it. Okay, there's a difference between disliking something and not liking it. So do you dislike them or you just not like them?
I overtly dislike Dark Angels.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that. And I'm pretty meh on Space Wolves. Like,
Okay.
I'm okay with them.
So yeah, you
They're
don't like them.
I would play them.
You don't
I,
dislike them.
Like if I had to. Like if you're like, you have to go to this event and play Space Wolves, I'd be like, okay.
No, you won't
I
play them.
guess.
It'll be John or I.
Yeah.
Probably John at this rate because
Because you also don't like Space Wolves.
no. I like Space Wolves. I think this new book is kind of poopy compared to the last one. At least Nathan. There was
It's
like
not compelling.
it's not as fun, not compelling. But it's also because like I had a lot of overlap with a lot of Brian's stuff, and so a lot of the armies, like the armies that are left, there's actually not that many, and so if John can take on another army or so, it's just like a logistics question. Like we have a lot of armies, guys, and I just want to play
have a
everything.
lot of
So
armies.
I'm trying to let go a little bit here.
Heis has clarified it's a machine gun, an orcish machine gun.
I totally
No,
got
you're
it.
exactly right.
No,
Yeah.
you did nail it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Now we're a little suspicious of you. He, for some reason, knows automatic weapons in German. I don't know why he would need to know
German,
that.
Yeah, you don't know the last time that you've heard someone say "Aufgenochten woman"? Aufgenochten woman?
All right. All suspicions have been raised.
All right. Thank you, Cobra. Hi, gents. Adrian, I hope you find the blanket and enjoy sleeping in the studio tonight. Also, I think Adrian wore the orc shirt that I sent on Tuesday.
Did you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
You must have missed it, Cobra. I gave you a shout out, so appreciate the shirt. It does fit. I know. I'm like,
I'll wear this on
look,
Saturday.
Mel's riding. There's like no reason for me to go, except for to like change clothes.
And brush your teeth.
I mean, we have
Yes.
sinks here.
my
really
contacts will
gross-
also be dried tomorrow, so I will also be blind.
We have gross paint.
No, but I feel
toothbrushes.
like, you could go to to a drugstore down the street
Yeah.
and for like $10 get a
Those
toothbrush.
are definitely closed by now.
No, there's 24-hour drugstores, right?
yeah.
A
Here?
thing of toothpaste and some
Walmart.
Gas station means.
some contact lens solution.
Yeah. That sounds way better than driving half
Then
an hour.
driving half an hour each way, just to sleep in your own bed.
Sleeping in your own bed, so overrated.
Thank you, Jared. This is our last one, guys. Thank you, Jared. All right, well, if I can't have vets, give me jump pack melee boys.
Yes.
Also, I just want a usable super doctrine and more than 2 strats. Dorn lives.
I know. That's what I'm saying. They should be such a utility chapter, not like, oh, we're super specific. If you guys encounter any buildings, let us know. Like, what?
Now, GW's plan with 9th edition was to make sure everybody had buildings, and they just goofed on that. And that's why fists are bad.
Yeah, they were ready for the building meta. God, and then they just kept kicking them while they're down.
fortifications, like they have a special rule for.
They have like +1 damage.
Are they even actually technically buildings? Yeah. So they do. They have +1 damage against vehicles and buildings.
And buildings.
Plus, they're +1 to wound, 2 CP, +1 to wound against vehicles and buildings.
Wow.
Salamanders get it for 1 CP.
So the Hammerfall
Against
bunker,
anything.
it just dies
anything.
to fists, right?
Yep.
Better watch out.
Better
But
watch out.
I won't even get my
That
super
might
doctrine
be a
because
vehicle,
cry?
not a building.
What?
That
well,
might
that's
be-
the thing. As he
might
said it,
be
I
a
was like,
vehicle.
Is it a vehicle?
I don't know.
The Hammerfall bunker might be a vehicle, not a
don't know.
building.
No, but there are fortifications in the game.
that are
right?
buildings.
Yeah, like
Like-
actual bunkers.
like-
the drone port is a building.
The tidewall stuff, yeah, and
those
the Imperial defense line stuff, the Fortress of Redemption,
You
and
can't
all
shoot.
that.
Oh, you can shoot those. Yeah,
can.
The Storm Shield landing
But the
pad.
Sisters building is a building that you can't shoot.
yeah, it's
So
just
fists were
terrain.
foiled again.
Yeah, it's literally. Anyways, they did my boys dirty, guys.
Yeah. But no, I'm totally into if they gave Primaris jump pack dudes with like Thunderhammers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a heavy Thunderhammer.
I think they would have
heavy, super duper heavy.
super
Well,
duper.
Do you remember what they did with heavy,
Super heavy Thunderhammer.
intercessors? So they were like a heavy bolter.
That's right.
We have
Yeah.
heavy bolters and then bolters that are heavy, and then we have heavy bolters that are heavy.
Yeah. It's
What?
really, the nomenclature on it's super messed
It's
up.
heavy?
It was really
Yeah,
bad.
it's so
It was
bad.
That's
really
heavy.
bad.
I think the melee jump pack guys would have power feet, not power fists, power feet. And
Like
so they would have
like
power
Zagstruck.
fists, like giant, yeah, like Zagstruck, like giant power feet boots that they're just like,
Claws,
"Huh."
yeah.
Only if it's like 8-inch heels.
Yeah,
It's got to be like
for
like
sure.
Just
Yeah, they just like,
they're in go-go boots.
yeah, exactly, and they just run up and they just kick you right in the chest.
Well, that's gonna do it for us today.
We did it, guys.
But before you go, I'll tell you what's going on in the world. Look, all right, it's 11:40, so in 10 hours and 20 minutes, I'll be back on Hobby Titans with Mr. Zach. We are going to be painting up 6 Ultramarines Dreadnoughts, well, 2 Invictors, 2 Redemptors, 2 Contemptors, and we're going to be there until they paint them.
Pear tree.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
Synced up.
Keep going. And so that's going on Saturday. It's going to be myself playing my Necrons against John playing the Grey Knights. I believe he's running the Rapiers, so looking at running a competitive build on a different sword club. Super exciting. Don't forget next Saturday is going to be the debut of the Tabletop Titans tournament. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be Bridger with his Death Guard versus John as his Ultramarines. Brian and I will be gone. Brian's already gone, but I will be gone because we're going to Goonhammer. And be sure to check out, keep an eye out for updates there, especially if you're a member.
Hamming it up.
Hamming it up. It's going to be awesome. Well, again, thank you guys so much for all of the Titan
thanks,
Watch.
Thanks for sticking around with us, too.
Awesome. yeah, if you're here IRL in real time, IRT.
IRT.
Thank you so much for hanging out.
You're a hero.
We'll catch you guys next time on the tabletop. Bye.
Bye.